it? Let me give you one piece of advice. Be honest. He knows more than you can imagine.
At last. Neo. Welcome. My name is Gromius. Please, sit down. You're probably wondering why you're here. You are here because you grow something. What you grow, you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with your garden. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Do you know what I'm talking about? Unfortunately, no one can be told what Stash Blend truly is. You have to experience it for yourself. It's a formula, a blend of beneficial bacteria, silica, seaweed, and humic acid, and much, much more, designed to unlock the full potential of your plants, to open your eyes to what's truly possible.
What truth?
By truth, I mean beneficial bacteria, silica, seaweed, humic acid, and a host of other powerful nutrients. Together, they create Stash Blend, the ultimate additive for explosive growth and unparalleled quality.
So it's like fertilizer?
No, Neo. Stash Blend isn't just fertilizer. It's a revolution. It builds stronger roots, boosts nutrition uptake, and gives your plants the resilience to fight pests and stress. Like every other grower, you've been born into a system of outdated methods and subpar results. A prison of weak yields and mediocre quality. A prison you cannot see, smell, or touch. A prison for your plant's full potential.
So if I use it...
If you use it, your plants will no longer be confined by the limitations of conventional growing. They will thrive with stronger roots, greener leaves, and abundant buds. You'll see the world as it truly is, one where your garden flourishes beyond imagination.
I want to see it.
Choose one, feed your plants, and welcome to the Grow Trace.
So earth, and I don't wanna take a trail in the world. I'm gonna love you, babe. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, on a brand new time, here we are. This is Tea with P, baby, where the T is beer and the P is me, and you are here to have a conversation about all things nudes, culture, science, health, you name it. Nothing is off the table, and boy, I am glad to see you guys. Man, thanks for filling out the chat today, guys. You guys are freaking awesome. Shout out to all the members in green. Shout out Golden Mayhem. I see you, man. Reg, what's up, brother? Trent is in the house. Dro House, what's up? East Coast, baby. Nate, how you doing, man? Good to see everybody, man. On a roll with the ranch. Good to see you, man. Drew is in the house. Lieutenant, what's up? 2A, what it do, baby? Good to see you, bro. Shout out to all the members in the chat tonight, man. Appreciate you guys for pulling up. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Monica, how you doing, Monica? Good to see you. Good to see you. Chad is here too. Chad, good to see you, Chad. Good to see everybody. Drum Smoke. Holla. Titties and beer, good sir. PD Riot. You and I have a lot in common. Well, I don't have titties, but I got beer. I like titties. CE420, good to see you, my good friend. Is YouTube flagging 420 in usernames now? I don't know, but I'm going to jump it and get rid of it before I find out. I'm just not sure, man. MV, what is up, my friend? Hi, I'm Yo. Hello. Hello. Ray, what's up? And Reg, the hardest guy to at in the chat. Reg Mechanic, what's up, dude? Good to see you, friend. It's good to see all you guys. Joey, how you doing? Northern Grower, hello, friend. Hello. Wanksta is here too. Whoa, Mrs. P.
Sorry.
I hear you over there. You're here. You made it.
I made it.
How are you?
Good.
Good. It's good to see you. I'm glad you made it. How you feeling? Okay?
I'm good.
We survived last week barely
I saw.
without you. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
You did fine.
I was scared. I was afraid. I was alone.
It's petrified.
I was petrified. Yeah, but it's good to see you. It's good to see you. I'm glad that we got this worked out together, and here we are. We make a much better team together than apart.
We do.
It's true. Good to see you guys, man. Thank you guys for pulling up. Cliff's here. Hey, good to see you, friend. Super Dude, what is up? Manny Freshbuds, hello. John Lindsay, the first one here all the time. It's great to see you, my friend. It's good to see all you. Nate C, how you doing, brother? Good to see everybody, man. We've got a great show in store for you tonight. The Panero Tree is here too. Gosh, that's wicked, dude. Saul's here too. I saw him in here earlier, dude. Good to see you, man. We got a great show in store for you guys. We had a guest that was pulling up, got sick, unfortunately. That's the joy of a live show. But you know what? We rescheduled things, and we've got ourselves a hell of a show in store for you, ladies and gentlemen. Top Buds is here and ready to be shown, except Rob right now is going through a possible tornado, and I'm not really sure he's going to make it. So we'll see. We'll see if he makes it. Nonetheless, we got lots to talk about throughout the show. We're going to be talking about, are autoflowers the future? I was scrolling the interwebs, and I just so happened to come across a very passionate conversation about one side that thinks that autoflowers are the future for breeders and consumers, or growers and consumers, and I found a very passionate crowd that believe the opposite. And so I'm going to be diving into the argument. You guys kind of know where I stand, so we're just going to kind of weed through and kind of see who's got the best argument and kind of make the decision ourselves. Are autos the future? It's a very important question. There's some tragic news that we're going to talk about, unfortunately, some sad stuff, more stupidity than anything. And we've got some moves when it comes to the federal government and cannabis. Is it big moves, little moves? Is it forward? Is it backwards? I guess we'll find out. All that and more coming up in the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's only fair to start things off by having a gigantic rip, because we're going to be talking about the nudes, culture, science, health, and I think we have an important mission to partake and participate in this beautiful plant that brings us all together for healing and for prosperity. So let's just do that. But as I am packing the bowl, ladies and gentlemen, there is one thing I wanted to discuss in regards to last week. We had a conversation about Tommy Chong, Cheech, and their relationship, and whether or not Tommy Chong was a good friend. And, you know, we had this conversation for quite a bit, and then I started to have some thoughts about whether or not I was really seeing the forest through the trees. And I may have had maybe not necessarily the wrong opinion, but I feel as if I wasn't seeing everything in the full perspective. So one thing I wanted to mention, if you guys tuned in last week, the video got copywritten because I played that video of Tommy Chong saying, if there ain't no money, there's no friendship, in regards to Cheech. Thanks for the copyright, the UK press. Appreciate that. It's fair use. I'm going to fight that. But anyways, shout out to Chad Westport. He came into the chat at the time and he was mentioning, hey, you know, Tommy's a pretty nice guy. He's done these things and he did this for you. Your podcast did my podcast. I was like, yeah. But he was also on a press tour. So I was like, yeah, you know, is that good, or is it just a must? And then as I started to read through the comments under the video, people were mentioning that, you know what, Cheech is the one that's the ass. He's the one that makes people pay for autographs, makes people he doesn't have time for his fans, and so on and so forth. And so people were saying that it's Tommy that was like, no, you know what, Cheech is an ass, and you know, if Tommy's not getting paid, he's not going to be hanging out with Cheech. And so it kind of made me realize that maybe they're both assholes and neither one of them are good friends. That's kind of where I thought about it. And then I thought maybe it's just it's clearly a business relationship, and I just feel as if when Chong was talking about Cheech, I feel like he wasn't necessarily speaking about all friendships. He was just speaking specifically about this business relationship that he has with Cheech, and that if there's no money, there's no friendship. So I just think he chose his words wrong, to be honest with you, rather than thinking that he just doesn't like his friends and family, or his friends rather. He just needs money. I think that's the better way to kind of look at it, because I just think he chose his words wrong, although he's the one that chose them, and that means I'm reading farther into this. But I think people that are close to Tommy might say the opposite in regards to him being a pretty good dude, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna have a rip, ladies and gentlemen. Mrs. P very intrigued in the story right there. That was good. Just listened. I appreciate it.
I missed the story, so I kind of.
Oh yeah, no, you were in it. Drum Smoke says Tommy's good people, but he's Cheech. But he's Cheech when ass even quit smoking. But he's Cheech when ass even. You lost me on that, Drum Smoke. So yeah, I'm curious what you guys think. Did I have it right the first time? Do you think there was more to it? Do you think it's just sheer business? Do you think he misspoke? I'm curious what your opinion is on that. I see Mr. CLTV in the chat. Good to see you, my friend. What's everybody toking on this? Oh, you want to toss me a lighter, Miss B? What's everybody toking on this evening? I've got myself a little bit of peyote Skittles in the chat. Little peyote Skittles in the chat, in the bowl. And shout out to Seedsman. Those are my peeps. If you're checking out genetics, or if you want to get some quality genetics, hit them up. You can use promo code Pigeons420. Check that out right there. Boom. Check that out. And you can save a few dollars off at checkout and help support the show. Cheers, friends. Oh, there was a little bit of water inside that. Power is on, but it sounds like a damn jet outside. Ray says Chong is a legend, and so is Cheech. I love them both. They're good together, but you got to remember they worked together for years, dude. I can appreciate that, man. I can appreciate that. And you know what? What do I know? I am only 38 years old, and I haven't been around somebody that long that maybe I just don't get along with. But it just seems crazy that you would surround yourself. I understand that there's money to be made, but you got to live a happy life, dude. And surround yourself with people that you don't enjoy or you don't like seems like that would suck. So, yeah, that's just my opinion. But I'm curious what you guys think. I'm curious, because I just wanted to touch on that one again, because I kind of felt as if I gave Tommy a hard time, but didn't look through it in regards to the lens of, like, maybe Tommy can't stand Cheech. And so they're just, you know, they battle back and forth. So that's something I wanted to consider. I think he misspoke in regards to saying, if there's no money, there's no friendship. Though that's the line that I get hung up on. So that's my opinion, and that's the way she goes. Ladies and gentlemen, we got lots to talk about in regards to the nudes, the culture, and the science. So without further ado, let's just get into it.
Canna News. All things culture, science, and health. Your one-stop shop for all things Canna News.
Dun, dun, dun. So as you guys might have seen by the the post, the title of the live stream, I'm posing the question: are autos the future? I think it's a legitimate question, because there are a number of people that think perhaps maybe this is true. And the reason I want to touch on this conversation is because I really want to get the masses' opinion in regards to what you think in regards to the old autoflower debate and whether or not they are good or they are bad. If you're just tuning into the debate or the conversation, I have put out my side of the conversation. I've been rather, say, critical on autos, and I really don't feel like they are the future of cannabis. I really don't see that through my own argument. However, some people are very passionate the other way, and they think they are the future. And I'm kind of curious what you think and what I guess in general the internet thinks, because my good friend, the highest host, Mr. Adam Ill, over on X, and if I miss your comments, please don't hesitate to put those comments in again, and I will certainly try to answer them. My good friend Adam Ill, the highest host over on X, posted this post. It said, the autoflower entries, photo growers beware. The autoflower's gonna take over soon. Just for a little context, Adam was a judge at the competition, and he was essentially looking at all of the entries. And let me just say, you know, what kind of credentials does Adam have when it comes to making this kind of assumption? Adam's been around the industry and the community for a very long time. Love him or hate him, he is a friend of mine, so I'll just put that out there right away. Love him or hate him, you cannot deny he has smoked flower. He's smoked a lot of flower, all kinds of flower. He's smoked concentrates. He's hosted so many different events. He's been a part of a ton of different competitions. So it's like, I do feel like his opinion is valid when it comes to the quality of, or, you know, the industry as a whole. So it doesn't mean I agree with it. However, I think it's something worth listening to. So he posted this over on X, and surprisingly enough, this conversation got 73,000 interactions. 73,000 interactions or views. And actually, you know what? I was going to switch this to... it's a little dark on that screen. Yeah, do that, please. 73,000 views. And so, as you start to scroll down, one of the top conversations, and just scroll down just a little bit to the Kippa. Yep, I'll still do it on here. Can you see the TV or no? No. If you look at Kippa's comment right here, it says, before anyone gets offended, autos are cool. The only wrong way to grow is to not grow at all. I agree. If you like autos, then I'm happy for you, but realistically, autos will never surpass photos when you consider how much more control you have with photo periods. This is the top comment underneath that post, or at least one of them. Adam responds, the average home grower is going to choose autos any day. Once the big cultivators realize the turnaround, you will see a lot more autos. And Kippa says the turnaround is cool and all, but that's literally the only advantages autos have, while photos have many advantages over autos. And so, you know, my boy Rob's like, but you know, Rob actually commented on this with a very good comment in regards to the idea that you cannot clone autos. So trying to maintain a genetic that you are happy with, or that that fancies your palate, is not going to happen. The ability to train or the ability to exploit the genetic past, you know, its potential, or its standard potential, is still minimal. The ability to control how long it veges for is still difficult. The idea that autos are only good for their short turnaround time, well, that is what the difference is between autos and photos, is their short turnaround, is the fact that it automatically starts flowering, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, 10 days, 11 days, 12 days, 13 days, 14 days, 15 days, 16 days, 17 days, 18 days, 19 days, 20 days, 21 days, 22 days, 23 days, 24 days, 25 days, 26 days, 27 days, 28 days, 29 days, 30 days, 31 days, 32 days, 33 days, 34 days, 35 days, 36 days, 37 days, 38 days, 39 days, 40 days, 41 days, 42 days, 43 days, 44 days, 45 days, 46 days, 47 days, 48 days, 49 days, 50 days, 51 days, 52 days, 53 days, 54 days, 55 days, 56 days, 57 days, 58 days, 59 days, 60 days and therefore you can shorten the amount of time that you're doing in veg. Photos can do the exact same thing. If you're outside in a short flowering atmosphere or environment, such as northern Canada, where I'm from, the summers are short. We normally have snow in October, which is when you would expect to see a harvest most years. An auto flower is going to switch to flower sooner, and it's in the season, and it's going to allow you to have a larger flower window outside. That's a huge advantage. Second, for home growers, you only need one tent with auto flowers. You can put one set of flowers in the tent, one set of veg flowers. You can grow them all the way through, and then put the next round of veg plants in the tent. The first round is just going to flower on 18 hours on and 6 hours off light cycle, while the veg plants continue to grow. So you can use one tent. So there are advantages, but is it the future of cannabis? I believe the answer to that is no. The answer to that is no. I don't believe autos are going to make photo growers beware. There simply isn't enough control, sustainability in an auto that's going to allow for future, say, businesses, companies, organizations to maintain a really good smoke and sell it to the masses. Because as soon as you find that good smoke and you harvest your 100 plants or your 200 plants or your 300 plants, it's done. It's done. You don't have variety. You cannot maintain that anymore. So those plants are all gone. That makes it very difficult to keep consistency, to keep a reputation as a company, and to keep faithfulness from your consumer or your customer or your clientele, because they're not going to know what each smoke is. It's going to be a guessing game. With all of that said, I don't want to take away from the breeders that are really doing something right now with auto flowers, because there is a conversation to be had about the quality of auto flowers, the service that they do provide for those that can only grow in one tent or in small areas or have short flowering windows in outdoor environments. Those are people that are going to always exist. They are going to be able to benefit from auto flowers. Is that the future? No, I feel like that's a niche in a niche. It's very difficult, right? It's like collecting Star Wars Lego figures, right? Being Star Wars is one thing, collecting Star Wars is one thing, but collecting Star Wars Lego figures is a niche of a niche. It's just even smaller. Will it take over and be the future? No, it might be a fad, or it might have a moment of glory, but once that moment is gone, it's just going to come back to that level. Autos are not going to go anywhere. Autos are going to be here to forever stay, as far as I'm concerned, but they're not going to take over. So I'm curious what you guys think about all that. Yay or nay? Do you like autos? Do you despise autos? I don't think there's anything to despise of autos. I really don't. I think it's like anything. That's if you enjoy it, if it's a habit or if a passion, then you should exploit it and take advantage of it and have fun and turn it into something more than that. You should find people that believe in the same thing. But when it comes to this specific post, when it comes to this specific conversation, my answer is no, it is not the future. And honestly, quite frankly, I couldn't see a commercial outfit consistently over a long period of time sustain on just growing autos. And I mean that as a commercial outfit looking for a product to distribute to its customers. I'm curious if there's any that just do autos. Throw an auto in there for experiment, sure, or have a sub garden, but as an auto garden, I don't know. But I can think of all of the gardens that I know of that are photo period. All of them. Every garden. So it'll be tough to see that take over. Tough to see that take over. So, what do you think? What do you think? Now, a lot of people ask, what's the difference between an auto flower bud and a normal flower bud? Nothing, man, nothing. I've grown great auto flowering weed. It's been it's been great. And I've grown shitty photo flower weed. And so it's like, I've had some good stuff. So I don't think anybody could point at a bud and be like, yeah, that's auto flower. That was an auto flower. I can tell by the way the bud looks. The trichomes are all bent to the left. That's auto flower mentality, 100%. No cap on God. So yeah, that's my opinion. What do you guys think? This is T with P, guys, on a brand new night, Mrs. P. We're here. We're live on a Thursday, and
messed up my whole week.
It's messed up my week too. It messed up my week too. Thursdays, crazy, but it's here. It's here on Thursdays. It's here to stay, hopefully for a while, anyways. And it's gonna be a little bit of an adjustment period, but having it later in the week is actually a little more beneficial.
Knowing our luck in the fall, hockey's gonna be on Thursdays.
Hockey going on Thursdays. I probably. Oh well, that's the way she'd be. But moving quite along, there's a story I wanted to cover that I really don't think is focusing. Oh, okay, so the story that I have here actually has a reasonably titled. So the story I have here is reasonably titled. There's a lot of stories that are going around right now how weed is responsible for the death of a 7-year-old boy. And I want to say by the onset that this is a tragic incident, and anything I say is not to take away from this boy's story and his life and his legacy and anything like that. If anything, I want to highlight the stupidity of people that just don't take others into consideration. And I want to make sure that I make it very clear that nothing is this boy's fault or this family's fault or nothing about that. This is specifically the work of stupidity, and this has nothing to do with cannabis. Okay? So there's a story going around right now. You guys may have heard about it. This one's coming out of the BBC, of a drug dealer who killed boy, 7 years old, in an explosion, is jailed. This is the most responsible title of a lot of them. A lot of people are running with some pretty messed up.
It's not the one I have.
Which one do you have?
My son was killed by criminals making cannabis.
Okay, put that one. Just show that one for a quick second.
It's still the BBC.
So this is okay. That's the story I thought I had. So my son was killed by criminals making cannabis.
Same story.
Same story, just different title. Same place. But there was another one that was my son was killed while people were making cannabis edibles. That was another one. And quite frankly, they're incorrect. So I just wanted to make sure that we get this straight. So the story that I have, we'll switch it to mine. Drug dealer who killed boy 7 in explosion, and that beautiful face, jailed. So a man whose illegal cannabis factory exploded in a block of flats, killing 7-year-old Archie York, has been jailed for 17 years. Good. Archie died when the blast caused by Reese Galbraith, 33, obliterated several homes in Benwell in the early hours of October 16th, 2024, Newcastle Crown Court heard. The fatal explosion was caused by a buildup of butane created in the process of making drug-infused sweets in one of the flats by Jason Laws, 35, who was also killed, and Galbraith. Now, of course, you're not using butane. You're making extractions. He is essentially making butane hash oil. There's just no way that I can think of any other way that he's doing it. Whether he was turning it into sweets or not, this is what he's doing was extremely dangerous. And the fact that he was doing it inside of his home is not only reckless, but it's murderous, and that's exactly what's happened here. So Galbraith of Gateshead admitted 2 counts of manslaughter, with Archie's mother screaming at him in court that he had killed her son. Mr. Laws and Galbraith were using a ground floor flat in the block of 12 homes on Violet Close to make so-called cannabis shatter, prosecutor David Brooke KC said. At about 40 after 12, their sophisticated factory exploded, killing Archie, who lived upstairs with his parents and baby brother, and totally destroyed 6 homes. Archie's mother, Catherine Arrington, and 7-week-old brother, Finlay, were buried beneath bricks and debris, the pair having to be dug out and pulled to safety by his father, Robbie York. There was then a fierce fire, and the block ultimately had to be demolished, with dozens of people losing their homes and treasured possessions. Archie had been asleep in his living room when the blast occurred and was killed instantly, while his father, mother, and baby brother all miraculously survived, the court heard. Mr. Brooks said there had also been an enormous impact on the local area, with the damage and costs to Newcastle City valued at $3.7 million. 81 adults and 59 children from 51 homes displaced, and 10 households having to be permanently rehoused. This is tragic, and I am 100% satisfied that this guy was found, or jailed and found guilty of manslaughter, because these actions are despicable. And the fact that you are, can you change it off, the fact that you are operating like this and using these kind of materials inside of your house, I cannot explain and fathom the level of stupidity that takes. And I think it's fair to say that someone like this needs to be off the street. They clearly don't have the wherewithal to keep themselves, or forget about themselves, other people safe. This is an example of our justice system doing the right thing, but it's tragic that it had to come at the loss of a 7-year-old boy because of it. That's so tragic, so tragic. So this has so much to do with stupidity, so much to do with education, has so much to do with prohibition, and almost nothing to do with cannabis itself. Maybe it's the ignorance in me, but the sheer fact that I remember when all of my concentrate videos were removed from YouTube. I used to safely and educationally create hash oil, particularly butane hash oil. Not only did I extract it outside, not only did I use a vacuum chamber, heat purge, I feel like I did it right and I did it safe. Those videos were completely removed off the internet. Not just mine. There was a ton of other ones. So it's like, in order to find this kind of information, you have to go to some pretty dark places, and you have to jump through some hoops, and you have to be very quiet about it. And again, let me be very clear that I am not giving any excuse to these guys. This is stupidity at the highest level. But had there been some form of education or some form of safe instructional sources, I feel like this would be far less likely to have occurred. Because it's absurd to me to think that a grown-ass man would be stupid enough to create a literal explosive device in their basement. That's crazy. So, anyways, that's my opinion. Curious what you guys think. I know that this used to be a thing that happened a lot. Homes exploding because people did not use 2 of their 4 brain cells to realize that you shouldn't be, compressing gas inside of a small area and or indoors at all. It's just crazy. It's just crazy to me.
Did
But-
you put a picture of all the cans?
Yeah, I did. Did you? Yeah, show them. Look at all these cans. Like, this is crazy. This is stupid. Yeah. That dude ruined a lot of families, crippled. You are 100% right, he did. 100%. And you know what? That's why the justice system exists, because someone with that level of stupidity, I'm not sure has really any level of remorse. So that's where we rely on our justice system to take care of them, because what a joke. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I want to move on from that. Here's one for you. We've been covering the rescheduling of cannabis in the American federal political system, if I could say it like that. And there's news as of today that Trump's DEA pick refuses to detail cannabis rescheduling stance in response to senators' questions. Just our luck. President Donald Trump's pick to The president's pick to lead the DEA is declining to comment to rescheduling cannabis or to say how he'd approach the federal enforcement in states that have legalized cannabis. This is frightening. In written responses to questions from the two Democratic senators as part of his confirmation, the nominee for the DEA administrator, Terrence Cole, largely demurred, whatever that fucking means, on multiple questions. Oh, deferred? On multiple questions around cannabis policy issues, including a pending proposal to move cannabis from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3 that was initiated under the Biden administration. Asked by Senators Cory Booker and Alex Padilla about his position on the proposal, Cole, who has previously voiced concerns about the dangers of cannabis and linked its use to higher unalived risk amongst youth, simply said that, if confirmed, he will give the matter careful consideration after consulting with appropriate personnel within the DEA, familiarizing myself with the current status of the regulatory process and reviewing all relevant information. That's a little bit frightening, friends. In my opinion, I think this should be pretty straightforward. The position is we're moving forward. What we need to do now is just get the appropriate bodies to get it into written legislation and move it forward. I think that would be an appropriate response. And it's frightening to me that there's no response, because I think with no response leads for a lot of, say, potential variables to sway the factors. Now, of course, that's why he's not saying anything, because guess what? Philip Morrison probably needs to pay up a little bit, or Budweiser or whoever, they have to pay up. Coke, Johnson & Johnson, whoever, they haven't paid up their dues yet, so they're waiting. I don't know, I'm being a little facetious here, but the reality is it's kind of scary to me that we just don't have an answer yet. This should be pretty straightforward. We know what the people want. Give the people what they want. And if that's not happening, what else is happening? That's what I want to know. Watch, guys. Either A, it does not get rescheduled, which, when I spoke with Danny Danko and he was so optimistic. In fact, it was not even just Danny Danko. When I was speaking with Todd McCormick, they're both OGs who I look up to highly and respect greatly. They were both very optimistic in regards to their position on federal legalization within America. It was a little bit surprising to me that they were that optimistic, which slightly changes my, it doesn't change, but it lightens my stance that, maybe my pessimism towards the concept of politicians doing something good for the people is too overbearing. Maybe I do need to be a little bit optimistic in regards to no, they will do something for the people because it's in the people's best interest. See, when I say it out loud, it's just hard to, but anyways, I want to see some movement, guys, and we're not seeing any movement, and that concerns me. So, what do you guys think? Are we going to see movement within the next 4 years? Now, put it this way. Now, let's put our politics aside for just a moment. I don't care whether you're left or right because we're both to blame for this. In the next 4 years, you will, let's just say 3.5 years, 3 years, you will not see anything in regards to cannabis legalization, rescheduling. You won't see anything. When the term of the current presidency administration starts to turn, we're going to start to hear more about it, and that whatever happens in the next term, they're going to do something about it. I sure hope this clip ages. Take it, clip it, ship it, because I can almost guarantee, friends, that that's exactly how it's going to play out. There won't be any waiver over the course of the next 24 to 36 months. So we shall see, ladies and gentlemen. Now, are you a fan of old school TV? Are you a fan of old school court television? You know I am. Judge Joe Brown, Judge Judy.
Judy.
Yeah, do you guys remember Justice with Judge Janine Pirro?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, I got some nudes for you, ladies and gentlemen. Trump replaces prosecutor who threatened medical marijuana dispensary with Fox News host who joined cannabis company's board. Yeah, right here. You heard it. The president has named a Fox News host with involvement in the cannabis industry, spoiler, Judge Janine Pirro, to replace a U.S. attorney who threatened a Washington, D.C. medical marijuana dispensary with potential federal prosecution. Now, I'll read on before I give any input. After the president pulled Ed Martin from consideration for the role, he announced on Thursday that he is nominating Janine Pirro to assume the position on an acting basis, despite her involvement in a CBD company. Little asterisk right there. She's previously indicated that she doesn't necessarily support broader recreational cannabis legalization. It was announced in 2019 that Pirro, host of Justice with Judge Janine, would become a board member of the CBD company Heavenly RX. This could be welcome news for cannabis advocates and stakeholders, as the prior nominee, whom Trump still spoke glowingly about after non-marijuana related controversies derailed his nomination, made headlines after warning a DC medical cannabis dispensary about potential violations of federal law. Dun, dun, dun. So, what does this mean? Well, Lord knows. I honestly sometimes, when it comes to politics in both Canada and America, I'm not sure if I'm watching a Hollywood flick or if I'm really watching a political arena. So I'm yet to see what kind of impact this is going to have. But the asterisks that I added next to the CBD company that Janine Pirro is a part of worries me. Why do we have people working in a government body or an administration who's also has direct ties to a business within that company or that within that industry? Like, to me, I'm like, that's conflict of interest right off the gate. Now, I'm not really sure of the entire capacity of her role in this position. However, I just think, I'm just kind of shocked. What's going to happen? She's got this involvement, and here she has an enrollment, a spot on this administration. So anyways, yeah, that's my opinion. That's the story. Crazy to think that that's kind of really what's going on. But yeah, your qualifications these days. Well, I guess she is a judge. But Hollywood, man, it's like Hollywood and politics are like, they're intertwining so crazy. You know, it's nuts. But maybe that's the natural path for people, is to get into acting and then you get into politics. Arnold Schwarzenegger did it. Ronald Reagan did it. I guess maybe that's the way she goes, I guess. Yeah. But what do you guys think? Does it concern you at all? Are you looking forward to this? Did you watch Judge Jeanine Pirro? That's the real question. And what did you think? I used to love the show. I used to watch it all the
I
time.
loved all of those.
I liked them all. Judge Joe Brown, yeah. I liked them
still
all.
find clips of them all the time. They always pop up on my feed.
Yeah. I get clips of them too.
Judge Judy was a beast.
Random guy. Yeah. She was a beast. Yeah, those are good. It's funny how those all the people on that show you had to sign a waiver, and like I'm pretty sure that you didn't win anything. You went on the show, just There was it.
I always wondered how scripted it was.
It was fairly scripted. They knew the outcome before or something like that. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't claims court or something. I can't remember how it was actually, but yeah, reality television for you.
Not real at all.
Yeah, not real at all. Dreadhead says Judge Jeanine was hot. I guess, when you're talking about the facts, dude, I suppose it's an important factor. I guess. This whole admin is a conflict of interest for humanity. I suppose. That could be an opinion, Lou. Thank you for sharing. If the feds want to buy all my equipment that I paid taxes for and grow my medicine for me for the same price. Yeah. If they want to buy all, they can. Yeah. The buyback program for your grow equipment, if I'm picking up what you're dropping down. But I think you're joking. Pigeons could do it. What's up, Kirk? Good to see you, man. Personally, I'm politics out. Because of the fact we are basically facing textbook tyranny. I'm not entirely sure about that per se. But I could definitely understand how people can be politicked out, because a lot of times it's, no matter where you go, where you face, you're getting politics jammed down your throat, and it's, it can be overwhelming. It can be frustrating. It can be, just annoying as shit sometimes. But that's why it's like when I do talk politics, it is specifically cannabis related. I do love talking politics. It's like my bread and butter. But the reality is, it's like there is such a heavy emphasis and a heavy association between cannabis and politics, because the only reason cannabis is in the position it is in today is because of politics. So it's, it is very tough when we talk about legalization, when we talk about awareness, when we talk about like trying to just spread the great word, man. It comes at the cost of politics. It comes at the cost of a conversation around politics. So that's why I try to remind people to stay civil, stay positive. Remind yourself that when I look at politics on the federal level, I said this the other night on Twitch, it's like looking into a galaxy. It's marvelous. It works in very intricate ways. There's a lot going on in there that I know nothing about. There's a lot of stuff that's happening right in front of me that I can't see. The more I ask questions, the more confused I get. And if I feel like I'm going to just grasp and have an impact on what happens out there and in the government, I've got another thing coming. Thinking that anyone is going to fix or work for you or support you and your family. Nobody's going to do any of those things. That's why it's like the most important thing is to take care of your family, raise your children, respect your wife, be a part of a community, volunteer, be a part of kids' sports. These are the things that we can have a direct impact on. These are the things that we can change. These are the things that we have the ability to, and the more, particularly as men, as we focus on these things, that's where we feel the most complete. That's when we feel like we're the most accomplished. When we start gazing off into the stars and politics and government, we start to get lost and we don't see what's right in front of us. The stuff that we can change, the stuff that we have the biggest impact on. And so that's why I like to have a conversation. I love getting stoned and talking about the galaxy, talking about politics, talking about government, talking about all these things, because it's like, what's your perspective on this? What do you think about this? Because guess what? We both could be right at the same time. But better yet, we could both be wrong at the same time. And the answer could still be out there somewhere. So, yep. That's the way I like it. Someone can't handle the conversation. It is what it is. But I just focus on what's important to you. Focus on what's important to you. I stand by what I said. Nobody is going to support you. Nobody is going to raise your family for you. That's up to you, right? That's up to me. That's up to us. So anyways. But you're wrong. How, though? Please have a conversation. You could state that I'm wrong, and I can say you're wrong. But I need a conversation. And a debate is fine, but you got to provide a counterpoint to my points, if I may. And if anybody does want to get a hold of me, it is difficult to have a conversation via the chat because I do miss it very often. However, you can reach me at Pigeons420 over on X. That's the go-to spot where you can either tag me, at me, whatever you need. I'm there. Reach me and have a conversation. Hit me with an article, whatever it is, because that's where the conversation is. So, Cody just did. Cody, I need a debate. Okay, I'm reading your comments, looking for something. Votes change, P. Okay. Sorry, bud. Politics we can change, P. Yeah, I don't disagree. Yep, I don't disagree. So what's your point? But it's not a topic we should shy away from, though, P. No, I don't shy away from it. It seems we agree, friend. Where's the debate? I'm going through all your comments right now. We agree on everything so far. What do you think of ICANN Genetics? Does he breed them? Tiny girl. What do I think of ICANN Genetics? Does he breed them? That's a fair question. I am let me just be straightforward. I am friends with Matt ICANN, and he's never given me a reason to not think he doesn't breed them. So I have zero reason to believe he doesn't. I don't live in Colorado, so I can't look in his rooms and I believe he does. We can change politics. Yep, by voting. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, okay. He said you said we can't change things. He said you can with voting. Sure. Yep. Yep, you definitely can. Yep. With voting, that is our civic duty, and we have the right to vote. Right. But then what? Do we vote and then we just go back home and then we're done? And then that's it? Like we don't do anything else for another 4 years until we vote again, or another 2 years until we vote again? No. When we vote, do we get immediate results? Do we see changes in the roads? Do we see advancements in science? No. But we can have direct results on seeing that change too, by having direct impact on the things right in front of us. The biggest thing that I'm trying to explain is that not only do we have to have a conversation around these things, it's very important, which we agree. B, people get upset when a politician or a government gets in to which they didn't vote for, because you can still vote and lose, right? That's a very important part of the conversation. But what do you do after that? Okay, let's say you voted and won. what do you do after that? So, like, you need to be a part of the change. That's the biggest impact. That's the biggest thing. And then as a man, we get lost sometimes because all we do is stare at the stars and we dream and we think about the hustle and we try, but we get lost when we do hustle, when we don't appreciate the little moments or the mistakes or the downtimes to where we learn how to get tall and big and strong again. We spend too much time looking at the things that we cannot change, when in fact there are things right in front of us that we can change right away. So that's the point of my argument. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you participating in the conversation, though. I really do. But yeah, appreciate it. Is North Coast Genetics a real trustable company? Never heard of them. But that means nothing. So that means nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's fair to say that without further ado, we have ourselves a very special guest. Very special guest. One of the very few times he's only ever been on the show. We're going to be sitting down with one of my favorite people, Mr. ROB, CLTV, and we've got an incredible hour in store for you guys. So without further ado, Mrs. P, shall we? Let's do it.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear.
Hi, I'm Pigeons 420. Will you be an angel for an abused plant? Every day, innocent plants are abused, beaten, and neglected, and they're calling for your help. Please visit stashblend.com today and join the nation in helping abused plants get an 8-ounce bag of Stash Blend. That's just $27.70 or 96 cents per day. You'll be helping rescue plants from their abusers and provide nutrition, beneficial bacteria, mycorrhizae, and love. You'll help rescue plants from their abusers. Call or join now, and you'll receive a welcome kit of a photo of a dude impacted by your decision. Order now and change a life.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Mr. ROBCLTV, just taking up my whole damn screen. Look at you, you animal. You look like a beast. I love it. You look good, bud. How you doing?
Been out here livid. Just got through this storm. Garbage is gone. I have no idea where it is. I was just telling Mrs. P. I harvested a plant recently, so the guts, so to speak, are in the trash. And I'm going to point at my neighbors and be like, you fucking grow. Just so nobody else thinks it's me. And the neighbor will be like, whoa, look at that. Who's growing reefer in the neighborhood?
If it's anything like my garbage can, dude, sometimes I have a, I just take my old mix with some of my roots and I just throw them in the garbage can. And like, it'll be like 5, 8, 10 old roots, plants, just taking up this huge garbage can. Yeah. I'm like, oh man, that's evidence, dude.
I got leaves, foliage everywhere, just nonstop. So it's like, it's straight up leaves. So it's kind of hard to be like, it's just roots. It's like, no, those are fucking our plant's leaves.
Yeah, we can see it. We can still smell it, dude.
Yeah, like we know what it is. That's like Canadian maple leaves. How did those get here?
Dude, so I'm not gonna get you to say who you are and where you're from because that's old shit. We don't do that anymore.
Name is Arnold.
Dude, so you were part of my story today in regards to autoflowers. Are they the future or not? Do you want to touch on that real quick? Are autoflowers
I
the
do.
future?
Let's touch.
You want to
So,
touch? Cross swords or
I
what?
just- Shout out to Adam Mill, good guy. Shout out to Defino Hunter also. He's just joined your flock
Oh,
as
yo.
a member. If you don't know, you can be a member over
Defino.
here for exclusive perks and join up to the
Mm.
flock. So pretty easy. Just click the little button, join up. Helps the channel, helps YouTube also, but it helps the channel.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
does a little, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Only a few people get a Mr. ROB CLTV welcome when they
So it
join
was
the
a cameo.
flock.
He paid me for that though, so it's okay. I got a
Yeah.
POB.
The
two
$5.99.
POBs.
Yeah, for the price of that membership.
You should just send me the membership fee and we're good. No, but I think, my thought, my conspiracy to all of it is, and I love Adam, he's a good guy, but he was the host of the event. So of course he's gonna say it's the fucking future. Like he gotta do a post. I'm not saying he's gonna be fake about it. I'm just saying he's seeing all the good side of it because they're gonna give him the best experience because he's the dude they're bringing in to cater. So like I'm not saying it's him lying. I'm just saying he's getting smoke blown up his ass a little bit while he's out there. 1, 2. I did talk with my boy ICANN, and he said there was a lot of samples and there were some that were hidden. Well, for me,
Some were,
If
some
there's-
were hitting or hidden.
hitting.
Oh,
So some were
hitting.
hitting good.
Got it. Sorry.
For
go
me,
ahead.
and again, I sound like a fucking hater, I know. But if I got a big ass box of bud, all of these jars, and only some are hitting, I wouldn't call it the future. I mean, that's just like saying THCA is the best. Well, there's some companies that have some products that are good, but majority suck. And there's good autoflowers out there for sure, but it's more of we're just solidifying now. I feel autoflowers as a category. Everybody who's talked shit about for years, you included, P. Okay, cheers to you, but you included.
That's not true.
Grow some autoflowers now. Try some out. Try a Mephisto. Try a Night Owl. Even try a Fast Buds, and you'll be like, damn.
Mhm.
This actually surprised me, dude. Like the Gorilla Cookies auto isn't crazy terps, but there's decent terps, massive yield, did really well, easy as hell to grow. Like you can't, you gotta just hate plants to not like it. Like I don't know, dude. Like it was a big ass plant. It did really well. So it's one of those situations where if it smokes, like I hope, because when Chubbs had it, it was hitting. Then maybe in my case, I'll be doing it again. But I've grown autos in the past, and usually they just lack on the terps. They can grow good, but they lack on the terps. I just feel they're not taking over anything. They're just being accepted in the category. I'm going to say most entries was super bottom of the bag. Soul Brother was there too. I saw you there. And I'm just saying, I know people who were there the year prior. And I call it the Fast Buds Cup. Shout out to Fast Buds, but man, it's a T. It's a T with the P, but I'm just saying there's a lot of sponsoring. A lot
Yeah.
of money put
No,
in.
I get it.
feels
Hey,
like,
hey, you know
feels
what?
like a cannabis cup. It feels like the cannabis cup, the High Times cannabis cup, where it's like, who spends the most money? Well, you're leaving with fucking trophies, brother.
Yo.
And that's just my opinion, because I don't know, man. Unless there's a bunch of bland shit, like how is it all? How are
What-
they taking every year? They're taking home trophies.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's we know a lot of the judges. ICANN was there. Who else was there?
Corey from not Happy Hydro, Inside Hydro.
Inside Hydro was
Those are the
there.
only two people
Yep.
I know. I don't know. Matt Riddle, former UFC fighter.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know
he's
that.
the broest of dudes. No,
Didn't
I'm
even know
just
he's
saying
there.
they've come a long way. They're doing really well, just like Dro's saying. They've come a
So
long
then,
way.
how do you explain the same people getting it if these are people we know? This isn't like
Yeah, but you're going through you're picking the best out of a pile of shit. Like,
Who's the
some of
other-
these turds stink less. And no offense, I'm not saying it all was shit. I'm just saying in a bad analogy. It's like we're drinking a bunch of light beer. Which light beer is best? Well,
Oh,
this
okay.
one's-
So
yeah,
who
well,
provided the samples then are the better question.
all the people who submitted it and all growers. And I think those growers are good growers. And I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying.
No, that's fair. No,
Like, it's one of those things.
I think until we're judges,
I
dude.
know I'm gonna get backlash from Fast Buds. They already don't love me because when we smoked other shit, I was like, man.
They don't like
And
you.
then
I have
one came up
videos
that
saying
did.
don't get autoflowers. Yeah, I know. I don't have
Yeah.
many autoflower friends, unfortunately.
My biggest thing is just,
I love you guys out there. but they
And
don't.
this hurts my pockets. I could probably get paid more, whatever. But it's just the simple fact is like I don't buy that that everything miraculously has gotten so much better. There's always been some that are good. There's
Yeah,
just
I've
few and far between.
I
Yeah.
have grown a good auto. I've had good autos, dude. I had a auto Amnesia Haze. No, that was a lie. Auto,
Red poison.
no, that was a horrible example because that was tiny.
It was pretty.
Yeah, and the smoke was mediocre, but that's not a good example. I've had good ones though, dude, that I can't remember, man. I've had auto, and I swear maybe it was an Amnesia Haze. To be honest with you, that's the one that's coming off the top of my head. So I've done tons of
can't-
autos, but I
Well,
just
like, I can't is my
I
friend.
know
just
some of
wanna
them have been good
clarify.
ones.
All of the people who voted based on the samples you got. If you gave me
Yeah.
these two drinks and I had to decide which
You
was
have
better,
one of them
doesn't
has
mean
to
I made-
win. Yeah, it
One
doesn't
of
mean
them
one of
has
them's
to win.
great. It's just better
Yeah.
than the other one.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
We got a
get that.
bunch we got a bunch of quadriplegics in a fucking race, a foot race. One of them's gonna. It doesn't mean they all are good runners. It just
Right.
means one of them.
Well, what if one of
Made
them's
it to
missing
the
an
end.
arm?
One of them quadriplegic, brothers.
What does that mean?
Brother, it's
Quads?
multiple brothers. It's not just. It's all of it.
Oh, it's a rolling race.
You're fucking rolling.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
I
just
get
saying.
it. No, I get it.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's, I'm just saying.
No, I feel you. No, I feel you. The thing is though, is like it's really hard. In my like, some of the people said the entries were good, and Adam
Comparison to the ones that weren't though.
Adam sampled some. He said they were pretty good. I know he's getting paid, but he's got to say it's good. You know?
You want to come back the following year. I love my dog. I love him. I just want to say, Adam, if you see this, I know he won't, but if he did,
Right?
you
I
gotta,
know.
You gotta
Yeah.
preserve the bag, brother.
I
and I'm
guess.
not
I
knocking
guess.
it.
I
I'm
guess
not- it's,
you're
it's a
right.
job. It's a
This
job.
is why people don't want to work with us.
This is why they don't want to work with us.
I've literally had. I've,
Why do you think I have not gotten a call for that? I'm not knocking the shit. But
this is yeah. I've never
Hey,
got.
come
No,
and judge all this shit because I'll
Okay.
be there like mids. Like fucking, you gotta pick one, Rob.
you have to pick one, Rob. Well, this was a 3 out of 10. It wasn't bad.
This is a 2.75 if you want to.
No, I
I don't know. It's just one of those situations where like you and I shoot from the hip a little bit, and in this case, the boys the homies who went there, I feel like would have too. But if you're giving so many samples and it's just like they're all okay and they increasingly get more decent, then yeah, you got to just vote. You got to pick what's best. But there's no like, man, there was so much fucking dank. There's so much. That wasn't a conversation. It was just like, yeah, no, yeah. It's like just like again, Dope Jola's THCA compared to the other shit that I had. Yeah, same thing, but it was trash in the scheme of things. But in comparison, yeah, you know.
Man, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand it. If you have to choose,
And I know I sound like a fucking hater, brother. I'm just
no,
saying.
I don't think it's a hater. I think you're being honest. If you were just being a dick, that'd be different. But I think you're being
Yeah,
honest.
I think all the growers did a fantastic job. I just don't. I don't know. I don't think that it's a situation where it's the best foot forward in every case. And I don't know. It's just my opinion. I'm a
That's
little
fair.
harsher. Yeah.
So are autos the future?
No. No. Fuck no. Let's be real with each other here, brother.
As real as it
No.
gets, dude. As real as it gets. Yeah, no, I don't think so either, my brother. Yeah, for all the reasons I stated and for all the reasons you posted in that comment. I of course I didn't have your response pulled up fast enough, but yeah, that's just it. I don't think so either, man.
Ridiculous.
So yeah,
I
good
think
comment.
the biggest thing though when it comes to autos is it's not that they're the future thing. I think they're definitely a real thing now. You know what I'm saying? And I know they've been for a lot of other people. Some people are a little more biased. Shout out Dave Baker. He's like the fucking auto shield guy, man. If you say something about auto, he's like, motherfucker, I pull a pound off of it and it stank.
That's fair,
It's like,
and that's
I know,
okay.
you are.
No,
You're
and
a
that's
rare
okay.
case.
And no, and the thing is that's not my point. That's not my conversation. I myself have trained autos to harvest great numbers. I have had tasty autos. I have had good autos. The reality is for all the reasons that I mentioned, at mass, I just don't see where the advantage is. Again, that's not to say guys like Mephisto, guys like 420 Fast Buds. I haven't had many of theirs in particular, but Mephisto I have. It's like you cannot deny that those are fire fucking genetics. And that's like saying like people who are like, for example, it's like anyone who likes like a Ford Topaz or like a Ford Pinto or a Chevy freaking an Oldsmobile Cutlass or something. It's like, why do you like a Cutlass? It's not even a real car or something. I don't know. And they're like, well, I love it because it's got 4 doors and that red material on my ass feels great or something. Those old steering wheels are, you know what I mean? It's like people are going to love it. It's going to be subjective. People are going to love it whether they love it or not, whether you like it or not. So it's like that is what I like about autos, is that it's like if you do it, embrace it, run with it. It's you. But if we're going to have the argument, and this is where this all started, was on X with the post that the future is in autos, I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to tell you why I disagree.
Yeah,
That's
and that's
all.
the thing is you know, people, again, shout out to David. He's talking about potentially somebody might be able to put, you know, clone autos properly and maintain the auto characteristics to it. If that's the case, my opinion changes quite a bit. But right now, it's the fact it's not sustainable that I got to keep coming back to you. You're my plug forever. It's like I'm leasing a vehicle from you forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to. Mike, again, somebody mentioned, what's a keeper auto? Has anyone ever said that? Like,
Never.
I got to go out to Huygens and bring some of my Gorilla cookies and go theirs and let's see the difference. And I understand environment and other things have changed, but if it's not real similar, then again, we're dealing with a situation where we're getting a bunch of F1 autos that are being so saturated to the market that nobody really gets the same thing consistently. So I can't say, hey, this auto kills it and you get it and it's not the same thing. You
That's
know,
it.
as where I could, a photo period, it's like again, it's F1s.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. Good. No, appreciate it. Glad
And
you
I'm
said
not
it.
knocking. I think they grow good. If somebody has them, like I just sent some to Kurt, fucking grow them. I grow one. I'm gonna
I've
keep
got-
growing autos. I have nothing against them. You know, I just don't think that they're anything that's taken over the market. I think it's definitely got a way bigger footprint than it ever has, for sure, by far. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's to the point where you have to keep buying them over and over again, and that's the issue I see.
Got it. No, I'm with you too on that. Same as it. And then my biggest is that they have to keep getting, but it's like, what if you find that keeper, dude? What if you find that GMO? What if you find that headbanger? What if you find, you know, that golden or that holy grail? And it was just like, it's
Well,
gone.
that's what people say to self-pollinate it, but how do you know you don't know until you harvest that one, right? So you're gonna pop it again and hope that that's the same pheno.
Right. That's it. You're never gonna have that
That's where
phenotypic
you're at.
expression again.
I just
In
think
my
that,
opinion.
it gets to the point where you don't necessarily have a guarantee. The guarantee is that you're going to have a plant that grows and you're going to have biomass that's there. It's a female. That's the guarantee you have. And I think that's cool. I just don't, it's the argument of like a guarantee you're going to be full. But I may not like the fucking food. You know,
Right.
like I'll get full, cool. Like,
Right.
but I'm eating
But I
a
don't
dog.
like it. Yeah.
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 You know, so like let me choose my food, and that's where people are able to figure out what they want. You know, it's like if you want to be able to STS it, you want to self-pollinate, do your own, totally cool. But
Mhm.
if it's the situation where people are expecting predictable results every time, you're gonna have to find the right breeder that's doing that and hasn't ventured off and gotten too saturated in the market, because a lot of it's keeping up with the Joneses. There needs to be an auto of everything. Every new genetic has to have an auto behind it. And how are you gonna take that time to like refine that and be in the popular phase? Like right now, if I do everything right, we'll be in F2 by the end of the year for our genetic. F2 by the end of the year. Mind you, when it started. You got to be at scale. I just feel like people who are doing this, the auto, like 420 Fast Buds, they've got a big facility to do it and they're probably crushing it. But me, I'm in a little space. So that's not happening. It's in a situation where it's like, you got to, I guess, it's not a buy once, cry once situation, you know? Buy once, and then buy again, and then buy again, and buy again. Hopefully we don't cry.
And cry the whole damn time. It's not just cry once, you cry every time. No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, Bougie Buzz, what up?
I think we've covered all of our corners in regards to, I feel like we've, we're not trying to, the idea with my show in particular, and I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just trying to voice
Well,
my opinion.
You talk shit in a goofy way, like we both do. We'll say shit being facetious, not necessarily being, real about it. In this case, we both said there's a place for them, but they're not the fucking future. The Never Grow Autos, I think that's the argument that you have as a joke. You know what I'm saying? But it's
No, autos are where genetics go to die.
But yeah, but that's not a fucking lie.
That's my
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not. But anyways, where good genetics go to die. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. Mrs. P, you wanna write that down?
Yeah, dude, people love that autos.
People are gonna hate that, dude. This is no one's ever gonna have me voting in any kind of competition, no auto competition anyways. But anyways,
Yeah.
oh well. Dude, so one thing I wanted to touch on was Top Buds in general. Top Buds.
Are we diving into it?
We're diving in, dude. We're going to be getting close. Top Buds. A lot of people have asked me why Top Buds went away, why we don't do Top Buds anymore. Mainly because first of all, our schedules are incredible. We're incredibly busy no matter what's going on. We were doing Top Buds. Was it every morning or it was 3 days a week or something?
3 days a week.
3 days a week. First
And
7
paying
o'clock in the morning. And paying Wink. And there was nothing in that. Like it was
Nothing in that.
Where do you think it would have been if we had continued on now? Do you think it'd be still like that was 2 years ago?
By our other sponsors, we
Yep.
would have.
Yep. Yeah, we'd have no friends. We'd have no friends.
Just be us. Chris would have already separated from us.
Yeah, he would have left.
He would have distanced himself, especially during this election shit. He'd be like, guys, this is too much.
Ixnay. No, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's give him some credit, dude. Chris wouldn't give a fuck. Chris has been really good in regards to us talking shit. We've talked some
broke
things.
off the Top Buds and got closer.
Yeah,
Almost died together.
That's funny.
If we would have continued, if we never would have stopped, you know what I'm saying? That would have been, it would have been.
the end. I can legitimately say, yeah, I had sponsors reach out and say, Ixnay on all of that, eh? And
Stay on the Ladyboy Athletes, eh?
yeah, my response was no.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop saying anything, to be honest with you.
But
you
got to think about it. The sense
ones
of humor, the words that could be said weren't allowed.
yeah, it was
was
different
banned.
time.
These
That
are
was like
different
2
time.
years ago, dude. That was it's not
6
longer
foot
than that.
distance time.
Yeah, 6 foot distance time. Where saying some things got you in trouble, man. Yeah,
It
got you in
did.
trouble.
I couldn't. The bundle of sticks comments aren't allowed. Triploids to people, not allowed.
Yeah,
I say them in better ways than that. But
Yeah.
now we've got our president, who he is. Shane Gillis is popular.
Mhm.
So his style of comedy, people are like, "Oh, he fucking said that. He said he
Yeah.
got retarded."
It's
Like,
coming
people are
back,
like,
yeah.
now it's cool. Now
Yeah,
it's cool. So
it's coming back. You're
maybe
right.
we bring it back.
Oh, we never. That's the thing, dude. Is it never really went away. We just didn't call it anything. We were
just
just
wasn't
live on
official.
my Twitch. Is what it was.
Yeah. Yes.
But no. We do need to bring it back, and we need to bring it a little more often. And so, this is
Even if
why.
it's just a segment on your show, dude.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't
you can
even
take
have.
it. You could take the heat.
Yeah.
I'll be the guest and be like, "That I was fucking AI over there, dude. This is Rob
That
AI
wasn't
on
even him.
THC AI."
Yeah, deep fake. I showed you a good deep fake earlier, didn't I?
That was a fire one. I've sent it around. It's made its way around.
Yeah.
I had
that
one
was like,
older buddy who saw it,
wow.
and he was like, "Holy fucking shit!" Eyes were wide as hell.
If it didn't say at the end, dude, it said at the end, it was like, this is a deep fake. And I was like, holy shit, because I would have,
He's going after everybody.
everybody's gonna be killing.
He's going after everybody. He's got to turn his gain up.
Sure. All right. In their position. So anyways,
I
yeah.
got sugar free.
But so needless to say, we do need to bring it back, brother. We do need to bring it back because there's a lot of things we need to talk about, and it's funny and it's great, and it's honestly your colors right now. I'm kind of fixated because you on the screen right now is gorgeous. You got the blue coming down right here, and it kind of matches with the blue down here and the purple
really
over
good,
here.
man. I appreciate that.
It's like we're clashing, dude. I fucking love it. So are you watching the show right now? Do you have it on? Do you have what?
No, I should though.
Okay, do
Let me
that.
see what I look like.
Do that
I've
and
got
turn the
Discord up
sound.
looking at you.
Okay, and
Ah.
turn the sound on for half a second because, ladies and gentlemen, we got a great segment coming up, and we're gonna do it right now.
Conspiracy
Classic.
Corner.
That's good as fuck.
Conspiracy Corner, ladies and gentlemen. There's you and I have talked a ton about talking about conspiracies, talking about like just getting into kind of the intricate workings of a lot of popular ideas and a lot of
Yes.
conspiracies. And so I feel like what a great opportunity to get into that than right now. So, dude, what's your favorite? I want to start with that. What's your favorite conspiracy? Because you and I do conspiracies very well. Might I let everybody know that we've gone into some rabbit holes together.
We've gone deep. We've gone deep in the levels.
And you've gone,
Mine
and
is
I've gone
dumb.
deep
I've
on
got-
our own. What's your favorite? Go ahead.
Mine is that we're really a slave race designed by an ancient alien race that came from a different planet and have mined gold. It's fucking crazy.
Dude, you've
crazy.
shared this one with me.
Anunnaki, brother. It's so.
Yep.
I've read these books and shit, dude. I was in juvie, and I read this book. It was the 12th Planet, I think it was called, and it got me fucking deep into this shit. And you had to read. There was reading and writing time. There's no just you're in jail being free. You have to read,
Of course.
which was crazy to me. I'm like, what the fuck? I have to read a book? Like, yep. It's like, oh shit, okay. And that got me down the rabbit hole, dude. And it got deep, real deep.
So okay. I have only heard this through you. And okay, we are okay. Explain that again.
So, allegedly,
Uh-huh.
aliens came down from the sky.
Uh-huh.
They needed gold for their planet.
Right.
This
I saw
gold,
this on
they were
South
able to
Park.
Break down. They were able to break it down, right? And they were able to put it into the environment to stop these solar storms from the sun. Essentially, it was like destroying their planet.
Mhm.
So they came here. They wanted to do it, but they had a war with their original slave race. They were like, "Nah, fuck you, cuh." They stood up. They fought them. So then they said, "You know what? These little dumb, primitive, fucking idiots." Wi-Fi's love that show, Victor.
Uh-huh.
They're like these little idiot things here. We could just take them, manipulate their genes, right? And we could give them a little bit of the intelligence so they can function and do things, and then we'll make it work. Boom. Well, unfortunately, there were some weirdos that came out of that, giant weirdos. So at a certain point, they had to have a calamity, and the calamity wiped out all sorts of shit. And that, my friend, was Noah's Ark, or the Great Younger Dryas. So I'm a little stoned.
Oh, that's crazy,
Story will
dude.
mix this up, but
Okay, so
essentially, so it's like some of this is from a guy who isn't super credible,
Mhm.
but then some of this shit ties back to the Bible and the biblical stuff and like just weird shit. But for me, the reason why it's interesting, the 12th planet, boom. The reason it was interesting to me is because like I got into meditation initially, right? Because of business, because I was watching Tony Robbins and he's like, hey, if you're anxious and you're overthinking, da 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 da. I was like, all right, fucking interesting. So I got deeper looking into meditation, and then it brought me back to this alien shit. And I was like, whoa, dude. And I guess like they were saying like the way for them to get in touch and to speak, to be a oneness as one energy throughout all the universes was meditation. And they tap into this single source of intelligence and energy. Fucking wild, dude.
dude,
it's-
that
it's,
is
uh,
wicked.
yeah.
What kind of evidence do we have to suggest? Like, is it like are they just tying like stories together, like the Bible and like?
Yeah, a lot of different stories and artifacts that were found. There was these cuneiform tablets that were Sumerian tablets that were found, and Sumerians are like one of the original civilized groups, so civilizations that was able to have like mathematics and fucking sewer systems and calendars and all sorts of crazy shit. And it basically they're attributing a lot of the stuff that they have to alien intervention. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the Dead Sea Scrolls are part of it. Like there's a lot of these things that have these stories that overlap, and then it's almost like it was refined and simplified into the Torah and the Quran and the Bible, and at the same time separating everybody enough so we don't have a one information, one knowledge, so to
course,
speak,
of
and we always
course.
have a war. But then
Always.
it gives these single bits of stories that still have some of the truth. So yeah, it's deep, crazy shit. I'm going for hours about it, but like I'm fascinated with it, man.
I love that, dude. No. This is the shit that I literally get high for, bro.
It's the shit that I get high to.
Yeah, man.
Little boosie. I like it.
The reason that I there's so much more that goes on out there. You and I see what people probably don't know is that you and I sit and talk shit about shit all the time.
Yeah, so Chris always goes to bed before us too.
Yes, and
Running fucking trips.
And our time zones are later than his.
We're up earlier.
Yeah,
we stay up later and up earlier.
Yeah.
And it gives us time to talk crazy shit.
A lot of shit. And dude, I the conversation of what's going on out in space, like aliens, is probably one of the most fascinating conspiracies of all time. The whole Bob Lazar and UFOs and Area 51, and that to me is insane, dude. The presence of aliens and whether or not there are aliens, and when you look at that when you look at that conspiracy along with Bob Lazar and like Area 51 conspiracy.
Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar? How bizarre.
Bob
yeah.
Lazar.
That
song originally, that's what they wrote it as, and they changed it.
What's your opinion? What's your opinion on aliens? On aliens.
Fucking aliens, dude?
Yeah, and I'll give mine after.
Man, I think that we've definitely been in contact. I just think that, again, like, shout out to, who is it? Somebody talking about Wes Huff. I like Wes Huff a lot too. There's a lot of weird stuff. There's people who monetize this alien shit, and there's disinformation campaigns. There's this agent, Richard Doty, I believe his name was. He was like a misinformation agent for the government. And then now he's like, oh, hey, I'm not now. I'm telling you how I was before, bro. I'm good now. Now I'm good. And these people have put out this crazy shit over all the years that make it hard to decipher the real and the fake. And it's all entertainment for me at the end of the day. Like, what am I going to be like? I found the answer. And I'm like, what am I going to fucking do? Like, go fight Will Smith in it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what. It's just fascinating. It's a cool thing, you know? So at the end of the day, I think it's probably beyond our level of understanding of like what the alien connection is. I feel like it's like almost like possession, like spiritual possession. You know what I'm saying? Where like they're telepathically speaking to people and like just deep weird shit. But there's been a lot of things that have come out that I don't know what's real and what's not, but things where it's like government allegedly made treaties with aliens. I almost said Native Americans. With native aliens, and they ended up getting technology, you know, like fiber optics and things like our satellite systems and all this crazy shit, where the timing lines up with the whole Roswell conspiracy stuff and all these things that like definitely Bud Talk. Let me hit this one more time.
Yeah, please do, dude. I'm in here. I'm doing the same
So it's
thing.
like, it makes you wonder, like, if they're giving us, they're putting all the real information, just like the Freedom of Information Act. They're putting all this information out here, and we're seeing this shit, and we're like, this is crazy. So they're saying there's people who are telepathically looking for the different things on Mars and different planets and shit, and the government's releasing the information saying they actually did this. At the same time, there's all these crazy conspiracies that just sound like science fucking fiction. You're like, there's no chance that any of this is real. But then they're really giving us the real information at the same time. It's to the point where, like, again, you can't decipher it, so it's easy to say, it's all bullshit. None of it's real. And then all of a sudden you find out it's real, and it's already been so put out there that story that breaks is just like, oh yeah, Area 51's real? Yeah. We already knew that for years. Like, it's not a big deal. But it should be like, holy fuck. All this stuff that we've been told about for as long, you know. But it's now we've got 4chan, we've got, you know, Reddit, we've got TikTok, we've got all these things that post all these crazy conspiracies. We've got AI now, we've got crazy deep fakes. Who the fuck knows what's real? You know, we're to the point where it's like, I don't think we've got any hope to find out if there's real extraterrestrials, any sort of alien contact, because it could so be shown by the government, and it's some Project Bluebeam crazy bullshit where, like, that's the thing too, is we're being told that the government will do Project Bluebeam. So if they're showing themselves, it's really the government who's projecting aliens in the sky with fucking beams. Like, who the hell, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they could show themselves and we'd be like, that's a deep fake. That's Project Blue. Dude, we're too dumb, dude.
Yeah, but
Humans
through
are too dumb.
not humans, just the civilized humans.
Western society.
Western, yeah. Well, yeah, West. Yeah, I think
Not
most.
us. Those
No,
other guys.
those
in the
other
UK?
Westerns. Yeah. No, I just think
It's you guys.
UK would
Yeah.
still be considered Western, in my opinion. But the thing is like
They're more east than me.
we're literally groomed that way, though. We're literally groomed to be
The idiots,
systems
man.
of the machine. Yeah, we're not educated or groomed to question things, and that's why it's like I too do believe that like aliens, how like it's kind of absurd to actually refer to them as aliens, because I feel like then you almost lose validity in your argument just merely on the
Oh, I
name.
think you're talking about people who get kicked out of countries and shit when you say aliens.
Well, I'm now talking deportation. The thing is that no, I can't. I mean, that you want to talk about getting canceled, dude?
Talking
No,
about getting canceled tonight, baby?
no. There's definitely another. If like, dude, I just don't even like. Where do you begin? Because it's like I don't even believe that we have any concept of what's going on in space and the universe, galaxy as a whole, to fully understand. It's like, how big is it? If it's even a fraction of the size that we think it is, of course, there is another life out there. Of course there is.
You ever heard the theory that space is fake and it's all bullshit? We're getting fake images on Earth. They're showing us fake planets.
No, how do
Talking
you
about some Bryce
justify
Mitchell
that?
shit right there, brother.
How do you justify that?
I don't know.
Chat
They're saying
GPT
it's
that.
all-
See what it says.
ChatGPT that one, dude. I don't know. There's layers of it where there's somebody who's saying it's bullshit. Is basically
Right.
my point. Is
Right.
the next level of
Oh,
truth,
it's all
somebody's
bullshit.
saying, nah,
Yeah.
dude, because it's not even real, dude. Birds aren't even real, bro. They're satellites and spying.
They're drones, dude.
So they're not even your conspiracy's debunked.
Yeah,
and
birds
it's,
aren't real.
Valiant Thor. Boom.
That's why
Valiant
I'm
Thor. Now,
pigeons.
see, I'm getting really baked in drinking. So shout out to Trailblazer there. That one, they even did a weird thing and they put it into a fucking show. Oh man, I saw this on YouTube and on FX. I don't know. They made like a skit on a show. Not American History X. Fuck, that's definitely not it. American something, man. But anyway, anywho's, they acted the whole thing out and like showed it on TV, and it's like, little do you know, this is a real alleged story. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was put on as like a fake thing. American Horror Story.
Oh, okay,
Boom.
yeah, yep.
Boom, son. American
What-
History, American Horror Story,
No,
same
the original
shit,
from
different.
like 1970, right?
So then they put that in there, and like people saw that and are just like, meh. And it's like, dude, this allegedly really happened. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a treaty signed by our government, allegedly, probably fake, but signed by our government in exchange for they can take so many people for experiments and animals and send them back. They can't harm them.
Huh.
You know, everybody's good.
Yeah.
Just put some things in your ass and send, you know, whatever, Diddy
Whatever.
party style.
Whatever, sounds good. Sounds like what Diddy's
Meek
going
Mill
through right now.
style, Daddy,
Yeah.
you know? But
Beam me up,
you get to go
Diddy.
home. Yeah, beat me up, Diddy. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. But it's like you've got people who, you know, really believe in that stuff, and I think it's there could be some validity to it. I believe there's some truth in all of it, but which story's real? Which one is one that sounds so credible that it has people stuck on this direction when this direction is?
Well, do
going?
you think the universe is real? Well, dude, no, don't even. What do you think? Do you think the pyramids were? Don't even. Do you think the pyramids were power sources? What do you think the
Yeah.
story is behind the pyramids, dude?
Yeah, dude, I think it's natural power source.
I'm grabbing a
Tapping into
beer.
the-
if people
tapping
want.
into that fresh ass prana in the world, man. The electromagnetic energy that the world produces. Same shit Tesla was tapping
Oh.
into. You know what I'm saying? That type shit, cuh. And they
Yeah.
think it's alien. Everything that's too far fetched too. Like sometimes part of me is like, man, I'm a piece of shit because think about this: if we have a cataclysmic event, what's gonna stay standing? The Rocky statue, fucking Lincoln.
What's the
all this
Rocky
dumb
statue?
shit. In Philly? Rocky is.
He's got a statue.
He's got a
dude?
fucking statue, bro.
And why do you
Allen
think
Iverson
that'll
has a
stay?
Statue
Why does that one stay?
because a massive storm, bro. My garbage is gone right now.
Oh,
P from a fucking gust of wind. So imagine a real storm, a real, like a huge, something fucking hits Earth and
And-
takes
and-
everything out.
And
But
the
what's
Rocky
left over
statue
is some of
stays?
these Rocky
Oh,
statues
for the
stays.
point of
But
the
what
story.
doesn't is
I
your
see what you're saying.
computer with all the history.
got
What
you.
doesn't is
Yep.
all the books. What
I
doesn't,
got
you know
you.
what I'm saying?
Yep, I got you.
So the only things that stay is shit that looks like primitive technology to the next human evolution. They're gonna be like, look at these idiots prayed to this boxer. They believe their god, his name was Rocky.
Dude, imagine if the
Adrian-
only thing left was like a Disney script version of Harry
Like
Potter.
Yeah, Harry
And
Potter, bro.
and they were like, dude, there
They
was
had all these books that were
wizards.
looking like, this is our religion.
They
Harry
had
Potter was our
wizards.
religion.
They had this game where they floated on shit. They played with a ball. Dude,
Dude, that's what I'm
Dude,
saying. So some
yeah.
of these things, it's
Some
depictions
some.
of history. We're translating cuneiform tablets that are Sumerian. That's a
But
language.
the
that's a dead
pyramids,
language.
to me would be pretty moronic for an ancient civilization to build a giant triangle out of their favorite shape.
Yeah, just to fuck around. But
Just to
there's
fuck around.
sacred geometry, and there's science about placement
100%
with stars, and again, the
Stonehenge.
electromagnetic energy, and when the Earth moves, the frequencies, like there's so much crazy shit, dude. But it's like, it's not monetizable. So the government doesn't want us knowing too much. You know, they don't want us being involved, and I feel like because it's in a sense where again we become self-sufficient, and it may not be the government. It may be again, the J.P. Morgans, the financiers. It may be the oil companies. It may be those people like that. But I feel you see a lot of the shit in TV that makes us like, I need this phone. I need this new piece of technology. I need this, that, and the other thing. This is all running on a fucking wave that somebody created and they're charging us for.
Dude, and to think that technology existed already, like
That's what I'm saying,
before.
dude.
How about that computer, that ancient computer that was found from the shipwreck in the ocean? That's got like it's like a hard drive or whatever, and like that's
Yeah, dude, so
insane.
that's what I'm saying. It's like we look at this shit and we're like, there's no way primitive man could be able to do this. And like, dude, it's what's so crazy. LJ mentions Third Eye. What got me into all of this weird shit was that book was like, oh, cool, this is entertainment. It was then they talked about decalcifying my pineal gland to make it so my intuitive thinking was better, and my vision, my thought and clarity was better, my dreams and shit. As being an entrepreneur, it was all this shit, and meditation and being grounded in natural waves and fucking drinking lemon water and being alkaline, like all this shit I thought was just rich people stuff. And then all of a sudden I see it just doesn't sound like rich people shit. Yoga, I thought was yogurt, and they were like, yeah, it's yoga, like a East Coast accent.
Yeah.
No, it's a real fucking thing.
Yep.
And so, but all this
Yep.
shit is to get your mind right, to be optimized, to be the best version of the human, to be like your godlike figure. Because they say we're made in the image of God. Well, does God look like a fucking dude? Or is it in the image of our energy and the spirit we have? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the internal energy. And that's all alien shit too, cuz.
Yeah, I feel you on that, dude. I feel you on that. It's wild to think, man, the possibilities that are out there, man, and to think that there isn't a single answer for any of them. Like that's insane. How do you think the universe was created, dude? Do you believe in the Big Bang, or do you take more of a religious approach?
I don't know, dude. I think
No, you have to.
universe is consciousness. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. No, I don't. Not even a little bit.
So they say, they as in hippies and philosophers will say we can tap into that single source energy of that good ass prana, like breathing it in, and it's all in our brain too, like the thoughts. There's one brain, and we all tap into it and share thoughts. There's never an original thought. Like Tesla claimed he was able to tap in. You know what I'm saying? And same with Albert Einstein. He was able to tap into this next level of thinking. And a lot of that shit, I feel potentially it's a maybe that gray matter. You know what I'm saying? It's the thing that we're not able to measure. They're like, what the fuck is all this stuff? And it's like, this maybe is the measurement of consciousness, and this is the fucking hard drive. This is the RAM, the memory. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're floating through. And we got to tap into. I mean, there's crystals that people are seeing that they can utilize for storing information on a fucking crystal. And that's real shit, no cap.
On God?
Deadass type shit. On God, bro.
What?
So think even deeper, man.
No, I believe
It's
it.
like then storing it into a mass, into what's the fucking cloud? That's a primitive version of what the real cloud is. And I think that's consciousness. You know what I'm saying? It's that thing that we all send energy out to. It's good and bad. And that's why we're suppressed. The government, the powers that be, Illuminati, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the cabal, not my cabal.
The cabal.
We're good. But others would say otherwise. But the main thing is it's like they want to keep us from fucking tapping in, because then we don't need them.
Dude, we can
That's
tap
that
in. We
enlightenment.
tap in. We tap in all the time. And the reason
We
the
don't even
reason
know it subconsciously. But
That's
that's
it.
where
That's it.
consciously we need to be conscious, and not conscious like I'm woke. Fucking you should be able to be who you want
No,
to
no,
be.
no,
if
no.
you wanna
No,
RP
no.
who you are today. No. I'm talking about conscious in terms
No,
of
you-
like the thought process of being aware of others, the energies, the feelings around people, doing good, that doing good and treating treat others how you want to be treated and shit. And the whole manifestation and prayer and all these things, I feel like it's real shit to it. But we're being
There is-
suppressed.
There
You know?
there is another world, like another realm to which we exist, and there's evidence of it all around us. And the reality is, it's like we have the world that is within us, and then it's like there is the subconscious. There is that world that exists that we can all tap into, that we cannot identify, and that
Yeah.
that is consciousness. So it's like if I ask
That's
you,
exactly what I'm saying. I think
Yeah.
that's fucking space, brother.
if you go ahead and you think, if I ask you to think about a banana, and then you think about a banana, and then I ask you point to me where that thought is, and then you say, you point and you say, okay, where is it in the brain?
Because we're told that, though.
And then
We're
you say,
told that the brain is what produces
that's
these
right.
things, but
Well,
it could be
sure,
the heart,
sure.
dude.
But even
brain
if
and the
you
heart.
even if you opened up the brain and you opened up the heart, you're not going to find a picture of a banana in there. There's
That
not
is
there.
true.
There's no
It's
banana.
something-
In there.
again, we're tapping into the cloud.
That's the cloud. That's that.
We're
That's that
we're literally
consciousness.
visualizing this shit.
So where is it? It has to be somewhere else, dude. If I cannot find it in this world of materialistic things, to which there is a banana in my head right now. Where is it? Where are all these thoughts? Where do these memories get stored? Is there a Rolodex somewhere? That to me is the evidence that you are 100% onto something in regards to being a tappable consciousness. There is a tappable place that we are distracted from. We're distracted from with phones. We're distracted from media, social media, where it's
Dude,
like we
negative
just get
vibrations. It's the fucking the fake wars. It's the this person's bad. It's literally, dude. That's exactly what it is, brother. Because it gets you to the point where you fucking think that, oh man, I have no control. This is my life. This is what it is. This is how and it's all these things that are just meant to make you a mental slave.
numb.
And it brings you down more and more. And that's
Yeah.
where it's
Quit
profitable
thinking.
for the small amount of people.
Quit
but
tapping into that
Exactly.
spot.
That's
right?
what it is. They want brain rot, dude. They want to shut us down and tap us into what this shit is right here. Whatever. Don't think too much. And then everybody has fucking anxiety now. Everybody has some sort of thing.
Because it's
You
in
know
our
what I'm saying?
food. It's in our
Dude, they're
food.
getting it's in our media, in our music, in
Yeah.
our movies, and all of our shit, dude. It's these vibrations that are like again, it sounds so hippie like, dude, but the hippies were onto something. They just needed to fucking wash up more.
Yeah, they just had to scrub their
And
toes
breath mints and shit. You can't have conversations with people with an odor.
with dirty toes
Dirty toes, dirty nose.
and an
clean
odor.
up.
Dirty toes, dirty
And a
nose. We don't write the
crazy
book.
philosophy.
Yeah.
It's like some fucking crazy mountain shaman coming out and like, oh, no, like, dude, you're fucking nuts. We gotta get this guy. And
Yeah,
but
one
back in the
step
day,
at a
that was the
time.
dude that you look to.
Do you want coffee first, dude? Yeah.
Like, you need some mushroom coffee.
Yeah, we get you some mushroom coffee.
You know,
Yeah.
and some people say like, wow, yeah, brought up right there, fried piper. DMT potentially is this chemical, the dream molecule that we tap into, and we're able to see in these other dimensions. You know, I've got a buddy and another friend who don't know each other at all. They've never met. They have no idea they exist. And I've never told them both. I've told one of the two. But they had the same fucking experience on their DMT trip. Now they just have a microdose cart they just hit like it's a normal person thing. But they both swore to God they met a wizard who brought them on a journey to a fat, dirty, messy, bad version of themselves that they had to watch and clean up. Now, and the fact that they both said the same shit, I was like, what the fuck? Like, you were
They
taking care of this
did.
person?
Dude, they
That's
did.
what I'm saying. It's like they lived
Yeah.
that same, it's like a dream when you both live that same dream. It was just weird shit. I
There's a
don't know, it tripped me
reason.
out.
There is a reason why drugs are criminalized, why they're banned for the average person, why they're banned for the public. Because even, like the most basic ones to the hard ones, it's like they make you tap into a realm that doesn't exist, that isn't here, that you
Dude,
can't.
It scared me away from it, honestly.
It scares not only us, but it's like it scares the powers that be too. It's like, imagine if you're populous. I couldn't imagine a bunch of crackheads just fucking a bunch of tinfoil houses and shit.
In
But
a
like,
different planet and shit, just like,
yeah,
like
Or
but they're
just
still
no.
physically here
Yeah,
in America,
just
on Kensington
skinny.
in Kensington, fucking Pennsylvania, just
yeah. I couldn't picture a herd of Mexican Americans, but it's like if you
No.
could picture, it's like, using DMT, using psychedelics like
psilocybin,
yeah, mushrooms.
LSD.
Yep. It's like, dude, it's crazy to think too, in the war, that Germany was giving LSD or meth to its soldiers to
our
stay up,
government was
work
using it
harder. Yeah, I know.
as
I
a
think
truth
it's
serum.
yeah,
Like
I
MK
know.
Ultra, dude.
MK
Like, I
Ultra,
was
dude,
just
100%, dude.
just was watching a video.
I was
on
gonna
this
lead into
recently, dude.
that. Yeah.
It's
dude.
it's crazy when you think about. It's
Oh,
like, all this
before you
shit's
even
not
say
real.
this, just explain it, because like the average person has no idea the experiments and the atrocities that our governments have done to us. Most people don't know this, dude.
Freedom of Information Act. Just look up shit in the CIA website. It's on the fucking
all there.
CIA
It's
website,
all there.
brother.
And people don't know.
It's
You bring some,
crazy.
just mention MK Ultra. If for anyone that's just listening right now or whatever, just mention MK Ultra to somebody in your circle, and I can almost guarantee the majority of people have no idea. Just even ask, even the
They're gonna think it's a weed
JFK,
strain, brother,
even JFK.
because it is.
You ask about the JFK assassination, people have no idea that the commission, the Warner Commission, identified flaws and cover-ups by the government. That was the government telling the people through a commission that the government lied, and the average person doesn't even know that.
Yeah, dude. And that's what I was saying is there's so much crazy shit. I don't know in Canada if you had that, but when I was a kid, there was this fuck, dude, what was it? Something Explorer, maybe, I don't know, but it was this crazy National Enquirer, crazy magazine, black and
Yep,
white
yep,
magazine. That
I
would
remember
have
it.
the most wild, like alien fish baby born, fucking isn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They had it in Men in Black where he's like, no, there's real things that are in here. Dude, I swear, like that was a propaganda piece to get us desensitized from crazy shit. That when we see it, we'd be like, whoa. Because we used to, like, not we humans used to think people were witches for doing basic things. They were like, holy shit, you're a scientist?
Burn
What?
'em.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's one of those situations where like it's almost like they wanted to strengthen our minds so we didn't freak out over some of the real crazy atrocities that have been happening. Because there's some wild shit, dude. Even like with MK Ultra, the fact that they were drugging our own people, trying to find truth serums, essentially make a truth serum out of LSD, and then drugging their own agents, their own scientists internally. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a guy who essentially seems like he was whacked, but offed himself, deleted himself, who had some serious issues from like repercussions from being drugged. And this was released. It's not even conspiracy. Like this is
Dude.
shit that was fully released.
Yes,
And now
everything
there's
is
some stuff that
released.
ties it to potentially Charles Manson too. It's even crazier when you get into that shit, dude.
Oh, I didn't hear that, man. I didn't even hear about that. That's wild. Yeah, that's
brother.
crazy, dude. No, a lot of the craziest things that we're talking about right now are proven. There's
Yeah, these aren't
documents
even
about it.
conspiracies. They
How
were
about
conspiracy
how
theories.
they were, or even yeah. Let's not even get into the COVID ones. There are
Dude, that one, have you seen the
that all
government's
came
fucking
to be
website, brother?
out to be true. I did see that,
The
dude.
WhiteHouse.gov?
Yep. See, that's not my content here, but I 100% saw it. Would have covered it. But yeah, this isn't that
It's gonna
content.
be in 10 years, dude, because it'll
This
be
is why
patented,
this
it'll
is
be
why
okay.
this has to become a segment. This is why this has to become a segment regularly. So at
Yeah.
least for 30, 40 minutes or whatever, an hour. We have to do like once a month.
Dude, that one's fucking
Anyways,
crazy.
did you know that JFK put a stop to a plan by the CIA to blow up a passenger jet
Cuba.
an American passenger jet that they were going to blame on the Cuban people or Cuban government so that they could go to war against them.
That was in one of the X-Men movies. That whole plot was in an X-Men movie, and then
That's what I'm
told
saying,
me
like,
about it after.
Yeah.
That it was a real thing.
That's what I'm, a lot of these conspiracy theories they'll put in media. You know what I'm saying? And then it's and I'm sure it's not like it's the government who's involved in all these things, but like we've seen some of
Yes,
these
it
crazy
is.
things. I'm sure they
Rob
are
is
in a
being
sense,
paid.
but I'm
Oh
just
my
saying,
God.
like,
There's a
X-Files
government
probably
agent
involve
on the
things.
other side of that camera right now.
that is true. That is true. Mrs. B is a
He's an
fan.
operative. He's an operative. I can tell.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So I
Sorry, go
think
ahead.
that's the thing that you look at in these cases. It's like the conspiracy side of things isn't usually a conspiracy. It is until it comes out, and they make sure it's pushed so far away that no one gives a shit by the time it's proven.
Yeah.
No one cares. They're
You
just
said
like,
it, dude. We're desensitized, dude.
Yeah.
We're just like, yeah, that whatever. Dude, the Epstein shit. The fact that there's like, what? He didn't kill himself. And the fact that
Dude,
like this entire
ties
story
to
just
Israel,
gone,
brother.
and the fact that there's a pedophile island, dude.
PDFs, man.
And it's just like nobody talks about that shit, dude. Nobody
Because they're
talks
all a
about that
part
shit.
of it, dog. And again, like this is what some people think the Diddy shit was about, is it's blackmail. So a conspiracy theory now is that Epstein was an Israeli op who then was sent to just get, dirt on people essentially, and was able to just work against his colleagues and his friends, and then really lying and then having information to blackmail him.
Do you think Diddy was tied to Epstein?
I think that Diddy was another op doing his own thing. The government was like, hey, you could do your shit, but here's a thing. We need you to record this. He's like, huh? And then he just got freakier and freakier and freakier and kept
You
going.
think the government's tied to Diddy too? And like, it's like, because like I
Dude,
100%
they
think.
fucking raided his house and took all this stuff.
When? How long ago was that? That was like 19. Was that when was that?
No, this was
Oh,
recently.
recently. Didn't
Yeah, but
he?
they
No, but
raided the
he
house and it
didn't.
was
He
really
get
quiet.
Did he not get raided or something in like the late 90s? Maybe
I
I'm
think so.
maybe I'm tripping, because then that would have. I'm just saying that would have actually furthered your claim that. Okay,
Well, I
maybe he
think in
did.
this case, it was like the government needing these ops, so they
'Cause-
they'll infiltrate. Like, how is it somebody who's a straight laced person going to create this weird lifestyle? They already got to be kind of in that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So then they're gonna get them to the point where like they maybe blackmail that person, or they're paying that person that much money, where they're like, and this is again just my conspiracy theory. Okay, don't off me, don't whack me off.
Nope.
Okay?
Nope. We heard this on the
But-
internet. It's on
I
Wikipedia.
heard it on the internet. Just read it online. It's all on YouTube.
Mhm.
That essentially they put them in a predicament where they have to put others in a predicament, and then once they fail out, they're locking them up. And Diddy would be fucking taken out too, but now it's so obvious with the Epstein stuff that it's like they can't go the same route. You know what I'm saying? So they're just gonna keep them locked up and keep them quiet. That's my theory. It's just bizarre. You've got so much stuff going on and so much alleged, evidence and proof. They took all of this information, all of these tapes. Well, then that's enough that he should what's the case when's the trial?
Yeah.
What's
Dude.
going on? Why is it so quiet and weird? And why was there? It wasn't like they just raided his house in a normal situation. They had like U.S. Marshals and they
Oh,
were
it
in
was
his place.
nasty.
This wasn't. This
No,
wasn't
I
just
remember
like,
this
oh.
one too. This was like last year or whatever. Yeah, last year I think.
Dude, it's
What?
like, and what they do, they as in the government, people will say that they'll either plant kiddie stuff, we'll say, bad underage things on your computer, or they'll tie you to these events, these things that either ruin your reputation or legally can get you in trouble. And allegedly, there's something about RFK that might be coming out with his stuff going on. He had some crazy swinger debacle shit, which no one really cares about. They're probably gonna be like, "Fuck yeah, brother."
It was probably all
You
orchestrated too. Like, I have no idea, but who knows? I have no idea. I didn't even hear about that. But like,
But dude, yeah, like I'm deep in the trenches in this crazy shit, and
Me
I never
too.
know what's real, what's not. But I'm just like,
Me
that
neither.
was cool.
no, but I love the
Like, that's how I
story
look
of
at
it,
it.
dude. I love just the possibility of like what could be, and the fact that we as the sheep, we have no idea. You know, we only know what they want us to know. That's why it's like I refuse to hate my brother. You know, it's like I hate to hate my fellow man, because
thought
of
you were
what
cool
I
with him.
hear. No, I love my brother. Of my fellow man, because of what I hear from television, from mainstream, from whatever, it's like,
100%. I feel that they're just, if anything, if they act that way, they're just a little ignorant themselves.
and yet, isn't it funny how
Ignorant.
there's been so much like billionaire sympathy lately? Like how it's like there's never anybody questioning the fact that these.
No, like, dude, they fucking gave up their rich lifestyle to come and just get $250,000 a year and be president, or he's fucking owns X.
dude.
You understand
Yeah,
how tough his life is?
Or even like look at Zuck, man. Look at Zuckerberg, dude. Fucking
Bro,
like,
Zuckerberg, I think he ate Jack Harlow. I think he
dude.
harvested his soul.
No, but he's trying to wear his skin. Like I'm pretty sure
He
he's.
is, because he's got a little
Yep.
drip all of a sudden. and shit.
Yep. He's
Yeah.
trying. Yep. Yeah.
That's another conspiracy. You heard that here first. I just made that one.
We didn't make it. We have evidence.
We have evidence of this. I can't tell you my contacts and my sources, but just know they're deep.
They're deep. Yeah, they're deep.
Okay.
They're deep.
Like, listen, I'm a little retarded. So I'm gonna put that out there. Put that out there right now.
Dude, I think conspiracy theories are like, I feel like it's crazy how, like, do you remember Alex Jones's conspiracy theory about the frogs being gay and how ludicrous that was? And then it turned out that the
Turns out that
frogs
they were
actually were
kinda
showing a
gay.
propensity of same-sex tendencies,
They're
dude.
kind of gay.
And it's just like, I'm like, what? I'm just like, wow, dude. There's so many out there, man. There's so many. And then,
And they're just, it's not like they're fully, they're just a little curious now. So
they're
Alex
curious
wasn't right.
frogs.
He wasn't right. That's all I'm saying.
They were just by. But I still think that's a change in its sexual tendencies.
Yeah, he was onto something. You know, I could be right.
But
every so
people were
often.
saying he was incredibly wrong.
That is true. But
That's
see,
all
and
I'm
that's
saying.
where-
I don't know
here's
the
my
fine
theory.
print. I'm just conspiracy
Not
theories being
defend-
true.
Well, I'm not defending things he said, but here's my theory.
Mhm.
Is a disinformation campaign was put on him and all the other conspiracy theorists. They realized, you know how to get these motherfuckers? Is get them on the inside. Is take their dude and have them send the other shit pool of information down the stream. And so you've got dudes like Alex Jones who then essentially will put out stuff that he thinks is real because his source is giving him real, diabolically fake. And it ruins all the credibility when that happens. And now everything is just bullshit. It goes the same way with all the stuff we're getting right now. Like, he's a little radical, I will say. He's
Oh, of
entertaining,
course,
little
yeah.
radical.
Oh, of course, dude. I'm not
But-
saying I condone or any of that shit. I'm
No,
just,
I'm not saying I
I'm
condone
just saying,
this shit.
I'm just saying it's like one of the, if you don't believe, or if anyone who's listening doesn't believe what I'm talking about, you can easily look up
Dogs are gay, dude.
the frogs are gay conspiracy, and it'll
I'm just
break
saying,
it
go
down
outside, grab two dude frogs, introduce them,
to the Flint water
put
system.
on some fucking Frank Ocean, and see what happens.
Just
man.
see what happens, dude.
See
Just
what,
see what happens.
see what happens.
Bow,
That's all I'm saying.
wow. Just a little Barry White. No, I get it, dude. Bro, so to round out, man, you and I are going to the DGC in a couple weeks.
Ah,
What is it?
because-
It's a few weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Wow.
yeah,
Dude, is it literally 2 weeks away?
2 weeks. 3
Two and
weeks?
a half weeks? Okay, I was being a little joking. I didn't think it was that close. I was like, we got like a fucking month, something to talk about. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
dude.
so we're traveling in 2 weeks. Are you excited? This is a
No.
live response.
I'm
Yeah.
excited to go there. I hate traveling. The water's making the frogs gay.
Yeah, that's the saying, Zach. Yep. Yeah, that was
Just
the
throw that one out there. See
that
what
was
you
the
get.
saying. Yeah, that was the saying. That'll be something you're saying at the Dude Grows Cup. Is that correct?
As soon as I get there, but I'll announce that one when I walk in.
I'm here. I'm here. That's what I'm
Careful for
saying.
the water. The water's turning the frogs gay. My
That's
name's
fair.
Rob from the Stash Podcast. This is Chris, and I'll introduce you guys.
That's our
That'd be
episode.
great.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
gotta get a microphone before I do that, though. I can't just walk up and
1,000
weird.
subscribers gone. Yeah.
But why?
It's just the
This
way
is
it goes.
science.
Dude, I made the video. I made the video about what I thought the president's favorite weed would be, thinking this would be hilarious because the dude
I thought
doesn't
it was
even
so funny, dude.
drink.
You're like trolling.
Yeah, I thought I was trolling a little bit. You know, I was trying to be dumb. I was trying to be funny. Man, I saw an incredible decrease of subscribers. And by decrease, I mean like over the course of 24 hours, it went down. But in 48 hours, it rebounded and went way past.
Yeah.
So
but
for
it's
anyone who's like, aha, no,
it's
haha,
just
back.
kidding most times too. Like,
Dude,
people
I was
gotta
just
not
trying to
take
be
shit.
funny.
It's so tough, dude. People are
I
so
don't care.
sensitive right now.
Don't care.
It's a football team situation. I love this guy so much, and you just like, I made Trump's voice high pitched in one of my videos because I was getting copyright because it was
Yeah.
a thing.
yeah.
So I was just fucking around. I was like,
People
oh, maybe
do
I'll
it.
change the voice up. And I was live on Twitch, and people were like, "That's hilarious." I was like, "It is funny," so I left it. And then
Yep.
someone's like, "That's disrespectful to our president." I'm like, "You are a cuck. Since when did we suck our president's dick? Like I don't know. Like who are you, Monica Lewinsky? Calm
Right.
down."
Right? Yeah,
That's how I feel.
I refuse to walk on eggshells. I refuse I've always said I'm not trying to offend anyone. My intention is never to offend. I like to be funny. Sometimes my jokes fall flat more often than not. But it's like
Sometimes we do that.
but the
But I
reality is
laugh and you laugh.
It's
and that's what
right,
fucking
and that's
matters.
what's
I
funny.
enjoy it. I'm me who I am 100,000%. In person, offline, whatever. You're the same fucking way, dude.
it's the
If
same
anything,
thing.
you could make yourself more out of a shitty mood better than I can. I suck at putting
I'm
a
really
smile
good
on
at
at McDonald's. Put a smile on. You'll be like, all right. Like,
Here we
it's like
go.
You just gotta.
Here we
"Fuck
go."
it, sucks. Here we go.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
to me, I'm just wearing that shit smirk face for like an hour.
Yeah, that's Mrs. P face. Yeah.
Yep.
you and her are the same.
It
But
just happens. I can't fucking hide it. So it's one of those things where you.
the superpower, dude. It is what it is. But the reality is, it's like I forgot entirely what the fuck we were talking about.
Me too. I interrupted you.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, I'm not trying to offend anyone, man. That's not my point. It's just like I just want to talk. I just want to talk about things that are important. I feel like I've said this way too much, but every other corner of the internet can talk about pop culture, can talk about what's going on in their own world without an issue. But for some reason, nobody does it here. Nobody takes our space, and when they do, it's like all of a sudden it's just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't do that. And
Yeah,
so
and that's the problem. Is it's like there's a time and a place for goofing and joking, obviously. So if I'm doing a video on like how to train your plant, I'm
Sure.
not gonna be throwing goofy shit out there.
I
But this
will.
is just who I am. It's not me even trying to make people laugh. I just say dumb shit. I say it in meetings with sponsors, and it's out of pocket sometimes. It's very out of pocket. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, there's something wrong sometimes with me where I'm just like, is that a Tourette's thing? Where like it was in my head, could have passed,
And
could
I
have looked
said
at
it.
fucking, and I said it anyways.
And I said it
anyways,
anyway.
you know. And it's like, that was dumb. But you know, we do that sometimes, and I think that's maybe what makes us as people unique. You know, people either hate us or love us, but at least we're not just fucking faking it to
I'm
make
not a
it.
shill. I'm not
I'm
a
not a
shill.
weasel.
I've been
so-
told to shut up, and I've been told to be quiet, and I've given up a lot of opportunity and a lot of money to follow Tote and to be quiet and to have other people dictate what I do over here. And the reality
Yeah.
is that's not for sale, man. It's not for sale. So yeah, and that's why you and I connect, dude. It's because it's
Yeah,
like
we've vibed for a minute now, brother. It was
Ye-
like one day of playing Call of Duty, and we both said some out of pocket shit, and I was like,
I like this guy.
I fucking
Yeah.
like this dude, man. Yeah. Just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something happened there, and I was
You,
like, okay.
you just think it's like, how could that come out of his mouth and why? You know, that's what I'm thinking. And it's just like, yeah, it's refreshing. It's like you and I are just like you and my wife and I. It's like we disagree on a
Yeah,
ton of
little
stuff,
different.
dude.
That's kind of gay.
Yeah. Well, not if I think you're a girl.
I'm not a frog, brother.
Nope. But you're a woman. No.
I don't identify as that unless I'm getting into a place faster. If it's ladies' night,
Okay, it's gay.
how could you, like, how in this day and age could you do that? Or because you can't. Your ID says who the fuck what you are. which you were
It's
born
been
as, but
nope. There was an executive order, dude. It's done.
because this lady.
So
and I was like, girl.
you and I disagree on a ton of stuff, dude. But the reality is like we can joke and laugh about way more, and that's the best part, dude. And I love that
Yeah.
we can jump down these rabbit holes and get lost and just kind of just see where the wind takes us, man. And that has been 70 minutes of just that, dude. And
Yeah, fuck, dude. I didn't realize what time it was. I was gonna eat something, not happening.
I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah,
burger,
I
but
was
I think
hungry,
my
but
kid
it's
ate
too
it.
late for that. I don't have any Quakers. I don't have any nothing.
Ah,
Fuck, dude.
might be in the same boat, dude. I might be in the same boat. Rob, thank you so much
You
for
got a
coming
wife.
in. Talking, yeah, she's incredible.
She can
dude.
get creative. We're men. I'm fucking dumb.
Yeah, she's incredible. Yeah, she takes care of me. Not at this hour though. I fend for myself at this time. Poor me. Can you feel sorry for me? Just aw. No. See, we're friends. Dude, thanks a million for coming on, man. This has been a great episode of Top Buds. We can tell the people that this might happen a little more often. Because
dude, I'm a
there's
bench
wild things
warmer,
happening.
dude.
Well, we gotta just make. It's like Pine Park. No, it's like recreation
Definitely
parks.
not Pine Park.
Parks and Recreation.
Parks and Recreation. No, it's like the show that Joe Rogan does, where he brings his friends on for that like one
None
show.
of those shows, eh?
None of those ones. No. I don't actually watch it, but he does it.
The fucking Fight Companion.
Well, that too.
So
But-
my thing is, I only watch Joe Rogan clips if they're under 10 minutes.
Yeah, me too. Like most things on the
I've
internet.
never fucking. I watched just to see if Trump said some wild shit. It took me like 8 days to watch that Trump one.
I think it's
Like a school movie. I can't. It's fucking. I can't. It's too much.
Parks and something, dude. It's Parks and something. That's when he has like Shane Gillis.
Oh yeah. Well, he's just got other people on there.
already. Yeah, like
The Jewish
every.
feller.
Yep. The guy that nobody can handle because he's way over the top.
Yeah.
But it
The
is what it is
amazing
out there.
racist is what I know him as.
Oh my god! Protect our parks. That's it. Yep. Protect our parks. Yeah. Chop
Protect our
on those.
parks.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
on,
Amazing
you gotta put-
racist. Amazing. That was so funny, dude. Amazing.
It was
racist.
hilarious, but people did like it.
Oh, of course they
But
did it.
Chappelle was great. People love
Yeah,
Chappelle.
God, the 90s were a thing, dude. If you try watching 90s
Early
videos that
2090s
say
and shit.
PG or 13, it's like, dude, that's easily 16 plus today. Easily 16 plus or 18 because it's like the 90s were
100,000, dude.
all friendly family content easily was talking making sexual reference
fucking,
Yes.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like my kids,
everything.
yeah, they're called their mama broad recently. I
Yeah.
was like, don't fucking. They're like, Dad, you was on. We watched a Billy Madison or something. I'm like, brother.
Yeah,
Time and
ixnay
place,
on the
time and
yeah,
place.
ixnay on the broad, eh?
Ixnay on the Rodney.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This 90s existed,
Yeah.
dude. I get it. But we are products of that. And because of that, we are who we are today. And I'm thankful. Rob,
This is
thank
true.
you, brother. I appreciate you for coming on, man.
Appreciate
Enjoy the
you,
rest
Mrs.
of your
P, for having
evening. Mrs. P figured it out. I
Always.
appreciate her too. Rob, thank you, man. Have a great night. Make sure you check out Watch CLTV on YouTube and watchcltv.com/shop. Go ahead.
Something like that.
You were saying, oh,
I was saying, oh,
oh,
like
Oh.
goodbye. I don't know, like fucking
Oh.
some sort of cool sounding.
I believe-
bye, brother. and
How?
you fucking cut it completely off.
oh. No, it made it awkward
Oh.
by the tone of my skin.
You made
It's like
it
one of those.
fucking up.
It's like what you're going for this, and I'm doing, and you're like, and it's
We almost touched.
brother. I appreciate you. Have a good night, Jay.
All right, brother. Peace.
Peace. Wow. Huge shout out to Mr. RLBCL TV. That was a great conversation. Just a quick poll in the chat for the last 160 people that pulled up. If I never said goodbye, there'd be 200 because there was 200 the whole time until we started to say goodbye. What do you think? Should we be doing that more often or what? Do you think we should be doing a regular segment of Top Buds on the show? Because let me tell you, it would be awesome because I love talking to Rob. I love having a conversation with him. Him and I talk very often, or quite often, about a variety of things. But I think it would be a great opportunity and great entertainment for you guys because Rob's a funny guy. I like talking to him. I like seeing what his input are on things because he's very vocal on things that are happening in our community, and he's vocal because he's passionate. And I think his head's in the right place in regards to where he thinks or where he wants the community to go to and direct itself. So yeah, I respect his opinion a lot. And I'm curious what you guys think. We should probably do a regular segment of that. I think that's great. Plenty of clip-worthy moments there for sure. That's one for the books, yeah. But one thing I was gonna mention before the show and I totally forgot was I am trying to decide. Actually, the decision is already going to be made, but I'm trying to decide if I am going to keep the interviews on the live show. I'm thinking about having, say, live segments on the show, but I'm actually looking to take the live show or the interview portion itself off the live stream. And the reason for that is because I believe that, although I'm not going to do it anytime soon. It'll be a minute, I think. But the reason I'm doing this is because I feel like it's the best case to A, give the T with P channel the best shot at success. But I feel like it'll be also great to talk to the guest without the influence of the chat. Some guests can get quite distracted. Rob's a pro. Other guests can get quite distracted by the chat. And you guys have been here. You guys have seen some people just completely lose train of thought. They stumble over their words. They get nervous. And it's an extra level of complexity with this show, having a live guest, live show all the time. So I'm up in the air, but I've pretty much made the decision that I think the majority of guests will be separate. I'm curious what you guys think. I know it's going to be a tough pill to swallow. But I'm open to the input. I'm open to the input. What are you laughing about, Mrs. P?
P.S. Where's the deer head currently?
Somebody's been listening very well. Oh, wow.
You talk about that?
Mini cannabis. I remember that name from a long time ago, though.
Oh my god,
Wow.
That's hilarious. The people don't own the store anymore.
The people don't own the store
The
anymore?
people that accused you of stealing it don't even own the place anymore.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, they don't
So,
even own it. It's fucked up.
Wherever it is,
It's gone
fair
now.
game.
It's gone now. Oh, wow. Mini cannabis. Wow.
That was a throwback.
Pigeons would be good at like a Saturday Night Live, but weed influenced, like the commercials are kind of something on that tip. John the Grower. See, here's the thing. The reason I'm talking about this with you guys now is because if you're still around, you're still here. I feel like if you've been here around since the beginning, you're a part of the flock, you're part of the community, and I really respect what you have to say. I want to give my channel and my opportunity on the internet the best opportunity to succeed at all levels. And I want you to keep that in mind when we go into this. If you're willing to listen and play the game with me. And having a channel, this channel that plays an interview or content, and then I take that content off and then I put it on another channel and I expect that channel to succeed. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that's a hurdle. I feel like I should, but then again, I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air in regards to what I do. Having the interviews live, for me personally, forget about my guests for a moment, respectfully, is a huge advantage. I actually thrive off the motivation of the chat a lot when I do when I do an interview, because believe it or not, I don't always look at the chat, like, because for a little behind the scenes, the guest is actually looking at me right here. Okay, this is where they see me, and they see me the whole interview, and I treat them as if I am sitting right in front of them. I do not take my eyes off of them, or I try not to move my eyes, because I don't want, as they're telling a story, it's just like I'm in person with them. I am trying to respect their presence. I do not move eye contact, or respectfully. Obviously, I don't, like a loser, but it's like, so, but at a moment's time where it's like, I feel like maybe there's a lull, or maybe I feel like I could dig into this subject a little bit more, or I feel like something is missing, I will look over at the chat. And I'll be like, what's going on? Now, here's the limit to that, is that the chat's only this big. I can only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I can see 18 comments out of 100 plus comments that are coming in throughout any given time. And I'm not trying to joke around, like tens of plus, so it's like 18. So it's like, am I really getting the most? So it's like, but I thrive. So it's like, I don't know. What do you think, Mrs. P?
I don't know.
She's like, I don't know. I had never sprung her on this before, but so I just want you to know, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I've always been transparent with everything that I do here in regards to the setup, the show, everything. I just want you guys to know what it takes and what I'm doing, because you guys are as important to me as this whole setup. And so get a monitor for chat only.
No more monitors, Rob.
I do need another monitor.
No. There's already too many.
I've got 5. I have 4 monitors surrounding that desk. He's saying that knowing exactly. Because that monitor right there is chat only.
Yeah, it's for me.
But it's for you. But I need one. Chat can be distracting, or it can be interacting. That's the thing, Nate. And the thing is that I don't want my guests, because here's the big thing too, is that if my guests ever see a troll in the chat, somebody who's speaking negative of them, I cannot expect Mrs. P to be able to monitor the chat and run the show at the exact same time. I cannot even just talk and run the show at the same time, it's tough. So it's like, if my guest, heaven forbid, saw a troll and it turned them off, or they got really put down about themselves, I don't want them to think negatively about anything about themselves. That would destroy me. The second thing is that when I have guests and I have a chat, this is also played on all podcast platforms. So if somebody's talking to the chat, someone who's listening in their car going down the road will have no idea what's going on. So that's another thing too. Only 4 monitors, Drew says. I think he's right, Mrs. B. I did say I need one more. I did say that for the record. I did say I need one more. I need one more that comes down from the ceiling, and that way it pivots so that I can see everything, and then you can have both monitors.
I wish you could all see the look I'm giving him right.
The look of like, oh my god, I can't believe we can't wait to spend another few $100s on a monitor that would just go over his head.
I need a functioning computer before anything else.
Oh, that's so funny. She uses an incredible Apple computer, but it's garbage.
Ugh.
I hate Apple computers, and I'm an Apple guy, okay?
It was a bad decision.
So anyways, sounds like you need a big screen hanging from the ceiling cover the chat. Hillbilly, did I not just say that? Wow, we're on a wavelength. Those are straighter be right, guys. My nose is stuffy.
So was mine.
Isn't that weird? I think it's the humidity when we get going. I think it's the heat. Actually, that's the only thing that changes down here is with all this equipment.
That's true.
But this is the first time we've had the door open. I'm surprised the dogs
They're
haven't been.
both upstairs.
Are they?
Yeah, I went to get more water and they're both just laying at the top of the stairs.
Oh, they're getting used to the show. The dogs are learning. Usually the dogs are right outside the door, and they're not there. They get it. They get it. The dogs can't come in right now because of all the equipment that I have set up. The cameras, the lights, and there's cords everywhere. And Lexus already sent one of the lights for a tumble. I don't know which one it was.
The one on the floor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one on the floor. Members only chat. Oh, Drew, I should totally run that, but that's not fair. Maybe one stream or one show will do a members only chat. Maybe. That would be wicked, dude. One show a month, members only chat. Drew, what do you think about that? He says as a non-member. Real quick, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to the members of this channel. Untrained Astronaut, there's my guy. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you too, my man. Good to see you, guy. I want to give a huge shout out to my members of the channel. Thank you for supporting me. Your membership is huge to me. I've got a new video dropping right away. YouTube gave it the green light, I believe, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know. Oh, I'm still awaiting. It's not age restricted. Oh, this one is on. So my members are actually going to get a video right soon. Let's go to memberships right now. Memberships only. Save. Boom. So my memberships are getting, or my members are getting a brand new video right now. Okay? It passed the age restriction. No age restriction. Thank heavens. I'm thankful for that. And there we go. So huge shout out to my members. Thank you so much for supporting the show. You guys are absolute animals. I want you guys to know that I want to be 100% honest with you guys, as I always am. And I want you guys to just understand that the reason I am able to have a show like this, where I can speak about anything that I want, is because I have the support of my community. I have the support of my patrons. I have the support of my members. This allows me to be able to freely speak about anything, regardless of who is involved, regardless of the company, regardless of the product, regardless of the person. I can stay committed to you. And I want you to know that that might not sound that important, but I want you to know that I have been told not to say things because there are partners that I work with, companies that I have worked with, that say don't do that. You can't say this, you can't work with them, you can't do that. And in response to that, I say I'm sorry, but I'm going to do it anyway. And that closes doors. That means I don't get paid. That means I don't have that opportunity. But then at the end of the day, I can look back at my community and say, they've got my back. No matter what, they've got my back. Because I want to be accountable to nobody except for you. Because at the end of the day, your opinions, your support. Someone said I subbed only. Whether you subscribe to this channel, whether you come to just leave comments, Cliff, I'm talking to you, whether you just leave a comment just for support of the algorithm, that means the frickin' world to me. Me, Mrs. P, Pigeons, this household, this community, this thing that I have that is mine, that is ours, would be nothing without you. Okay? I will never shit on my community. I will never think that I'm better than anybody else, because at the end of the day, I am nothing. I am not self-made. I am community built. That's just how it is. And I am thankful for you for that. Support me and say, I appreciate your mission, P. I appreciate your willingness to say no matter what it takes to spread awareness about this plant, its healing properties, its educational awareness, it's everything it takes as being a dad, as being a man, as being a whatever it is. Thanks. and so thank you for supporting me. It means the world to me. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for those that believe in me, and all the green names in the chat are people that believe in me to the point where they've hit that membership. So I just wanted to acknowledge them. So 2A, thank you. Reg, thank you. CLTV, you're blue, but I know you've gifted memberships to this channel before. Thank you. Skittles, thank you. Golden Mayhem, thank you. Headies, thank you. Rob can't be president. Can you believe he's actually Canadian born? I'm starting that. On a roll. Thank you. Drohouse. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Nate C. Thank you. Thank you for all the support. I appreciate you guys so much, man. I don't know how to say it in a way that doesn't make me sound any more corny. Because it's just a thank you, man. And that's it. That's it. So from one man to another, thank you for helping me support my family and helping me do what I do. So P for book club president. I'm in. Put my name down.
Read a book.
I can read, Mrs. P.
I know you can.
Okay. Oh, you'd have to read a book. Oh, okay. I took that as a slight dig.
No, I know you can.
No,
You just
I
don't like to read
it was a sarcastic dig. I should say that because I do sometimes the storybooks in our house, and yeah, it's funny. It can be quite humorous. Yeah, and Rob's Canadian, and and Chris invented VPD. Yeah, can you believe that? Full Metal Guru, thank you for being a member. Thanks to all my patrons, guys. If you would like to be a patron, I want to give you a real quick rundown. Thank you to all these people. If you can see their names real quick as it skips past the screen, I appreciate you for being a member. If you would like to be a member, head over to patreon.com/pigeons420. There are a ton of benefits for you to take advantage of, whether there's live grow classes, which I do every second Tuesday live, so you can participate with me and we can go through trying to grow a big plant together. I feel like I can help anybody grow weed, so I'd like to give them that opportunity. If you feel like YouTube hasn't helped you and you would like that individualized, personalized help to grow it like P, head on over to patreon.com/pigeons420. It's a crowdfunding website. I won't burden you with anything much more than just a good time and some good perks to help you grow better, grow faster, and you can help support the show. Thank you. All the support goes right back into the show so we can dive deeper and try to get some incredible guests, and maybe someday be able to bring guests into studio where it's like we can sit them on the chair and have a one-on-one literal conversation with somebody in studio. Would that not be impeccable? I think that'd be incredible. That's kind of something I'd like to work up towards. So I'd love to be able to be like, yo, dude, I'll cover your flight. Come down here. We're going to spend the day together. We're going to get high and we're going to shoot the shit. Whoever it is. Would that not be dope? So the sky is the limit. Sky is the limit. So thank you guys for believing in me. Trailblazer, I see you over there. Thank you for the membership. Thanks to everybody on Patreon. Thank you guys for supporting me. If you want to see these live streams or more conversation, head on over to twitch.tv/pigeons420. I'm a huge gamer. I love to get down while the down's getting down, and I love to have fun at the same time. So if that's something that you enjoy, check out twitch.tv/pigeons420. DGC Cup is in 2 weeks. If you haven't bought your tickets already, make sure you get them. I'm sure they're limited. It looks like Mrs. P's just going for a link right now. DGCcup.com, I'm pretty sure is what it is. So I think you can figure it out. What's up, Wes? Head on over to DGCcup.com. Is that correct?
Yep.
Get your tickets. Get them quick because myself, Rob, Chris, I believe Untrained Astronaut, Chad Westport, the boys from Dude Grows, Banner, Scotty, Brett, they're all gonna be there, Grambo, and it is gonna be an incredible meetup, guys. I am so ready to get down and have some fun at the DGC Cup. So come on, man, it's so close. Like 2.5 weeks, Astro. 2.5 weeks, if you can't believe it, dude. I'm stoked. So Chapo, I appreciate you, dude. Idiom, look at you, man. Appreciate you. Astro, thanks for swinging by. John, thanks for being the first one here all of the time. Shout out to the notification squad. So, cities, Drew, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, don't tempt me, don't tempt me. 50 strains. That's what it's going to be. That's going to be unreal. If you get your tickets, you get to be a judge for the cup. So that's pretty amazing. Guys, I'll see you out on a little Grow Tricks. I'm Pigeons. We will see you in 1 week from today. We have an incredible guest dropping some incredible tea. Guys, it's a banger of a banger episode, and I cannot wait for you guys to see it. Banger. It's good industry tea. So if you want to catch that and so much more, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button. Smoke it if you so choose. And I will see you Thursday next week, 9 p.m. Central for Tea with P, where the T is beer and the P is me. And we are here to talk all things nudes, culture, science, and health. Thanks, Mrs. P. I appreciate you. Peace out, guys.
This is it? Let me give you one piece of advice. Be honest. He knows more than you can imagine.
At last. Neo. Welcome. My name is Gromius. Please, sit down. You're probably wondering why you're here. You are here because you grow something. What you grow, you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with your garden. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Do you know what I'm talking about? Unfortunately, no one can be told what Stash Blend truly is. You have to experience it for yourself. It's a formula, a blend of beneficial bacteria, silica, seaweed, and humic acid, and much more, designed to unlock the full potential of your plants, to open your eyes to what's truly possible.
What truth?
By truth, I mean beneficial bacteria, silica, seaweed, humic acid, and a host of other powerful nutrients. Together, they create Stash Blend, the ultimate additive for explosive growth and unparalleled quality.
So it's like fertilizer?
No, Neo. Stash Blend isn't just fertilizer. It's a revolution. It builds stronger roots, boosts nutrition uptake, and gives your plants the resilience to fight pests and stress. Like every other grower, you've been born into a system of outdated methods and subpar results. A prison of weak yields and mediocre quality. A prison you cannot see, smell, or touch. A prison for your plant's full potential.
So if I use it,
If you use it, your plants will no longer be confined by the limitations of conventional growing. They will thrive with stronger roots, greener leaves, and abundant buds. You'll see the world as it truly is, one where your garden flourishes beyond imagination.
I want to see it.
Choose one.
Feed your plants, and welcome to the Grow Tricks.
I can't deal with diamonds so pearls, and I don't know to take you traveling the